Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for a makeup show. If you've been a fan of us for a little bit, you would know that, well, we've never missed a show, and that's true, because we have never missed a week of recording. We've released an episode every single week. The problem being we have lost a show, and that show we lost all the audio to, and it was with, well, he's our guest again tonight, and we'll bring him in just a minute here, but we got to introduce everyone else first. But just know, this is a good karma show. We're doing the right thing. We're bringing him back on. And we actually got another guest, a friend of his who's also working on the same project. So it'll be an awesome interview. So stay tuned for that. But before that, we got to bring in the regular co-host, the guys you hear every single week. Brando, Baird, looking good in the World of Warpaint sweatshirt. Shout out those boys over there. No free ads though. Don't buy anything from them. Buy from FTS. That's where you need to go.
Welts.
Yeah, or Welts, not FTS. But how you doing, Brando? What's going on, my guy?
We're good. It's a full house tonight. I'm excited. You guys see that? You see that right there? That's a wedding dress. I can't take a sneak peek, but it's there.
Why is it in the same room as you? Isn't that like a whole thing you're not supposed to see or some shit? I don't know. I haven't been married, you know.
Yeah,
me either.
Me
I don't know the rules.
Yeah. Can't relate. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, trying to figure it
out. So far, it's good.
All right. Well, and the other voice you're hearing, audio listeners, but if you're on the video, you'll see him in the top left. Stephen Hatch, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, Mr. Mullet Man himself?
We're back, dude, for another episode. Is this episode 80 now?
This is episode 80. Dead on the money.
Damn,
even.
Dude. Every single time I hear the number, it just freaks me out because we just get so much farther. I think it's the first week you've
actually got the number right, though.
Let's go.
Every week, I think you usually get it off.
I was like, okay, there's no way I can get it wrong again. There's no way. So I just had to wait. But we're back for another episode. Great to be here. You know, excited.
Fuck yeah, bro. I mean, guys, let's first let's talk about our sponsors. We got to make them happy because, hey, they help pay for the show and keep it on the air. We got to talk about Liquid IV real quick. You can head over to liquidiv.com, get more information about their product. It's the great hydration multiplier. They got a whole bunch of awesome flavors, and Brandon's gonna make his as he does every single week on the show. That's right, 60 weeks in a row this man drinks Liquid IV every Tuesday. He loves it. Go check it out for yourself. Use code Mafia_Mafia. Save yourself 20% and get free shipping over there. liquidiv.com. Thank you to them. We also have NECTR Energy. They are the superior energy pouch. Throw it in your lip if you want to get a little bit of energy and get ready to go. It's got caffeine and a neurotropic in it. Help keep you focused and ready to go at the task at hand. We appreciate them. You can go check it out at NECTR. That's NECTR, NECTR.energy. And that's it's a strange URL, but go check it out. We promise. They've got some cool stuff over there as well as more information about the product, and we'll talk about it more later on as well. Head over there, use code Mafia_Productions. Buy two, get one free. Check it out, NECTR, NECTR.energy. And last but not least, we talked about them already on the show. We love them over at weltsclothing.com. They make some great stuff. We have some cool stuff on the way to us that eventually we'll be able to wear on the show. I'm excited about that. Until then, we got our own merch. Stabbers don't get stabbed. Check that out, XXV the label, but that's, you know, a separate thing. Head over to weltsclothing.com. Use code FTS, like I said earlier. FTS is going to save you a little bit of cash and make it cheaper when you're checking out over there. Support your boys down in Texas who help support us and the show over here at weltsclothing.com. All right, well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get into this. I feel like I got through that pretty well. How did I do, guys? Hatch,
I would agree. You know, definitely gets
record
better
time.
Every time. Like 260, I'm gonna nail it. Like around that era, that's gonna be the prime ad read era. Finally, by that point.
I would agree.
All right, I appreciate it.
You're just gonna be a robot at that point. It's gonna be the same thing.
All right, let's stop stalling. Let's stop stretching. Let's stop peeling out more on the show. Let's bring in our two lovely guests we have tonight. We got to go seniority here. He's the guy who, he's the whole reason all this all exists. He's our friend up in the Pacific Northwest. We got Ethan coming in, the owner and creator of 5-2 Studios behind Infinite Tournament Paintball, which is, I mean, something we've talked about a lot on Mafia Productions. But I mean, fuck, we love playing it. So. Hey, what's up? Welcome on in, Ethan. Welcome. Let's gotta give him a round of applause. Let's go. There we go.
Hell yeah.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Not too bad. Just coming off of a fresh tooth pull today, so we're gonna power through it.
Nice. So you got all the good drugs, all the medical grade stuff going into your system.
I'm actually on no drugs right now. Like the last week, I've been dealing with some tooth pain. That was way more gnarly than having a tooth pulled, and it feels so much better. Like I don't even feel like I need to take the meds that they gave me.
Nice,
Hell yeah,
dude.
man. Well, I mean, yeah, Hatch is the resident dentist.
We must be like a tooth pulling fucking podcast or something now.
Yeah, we've started 2 weeks
so
in
much.
a row. We got dentist trips on the mind. Before we get too much deeper into that, let's bring in our other guest we have tonight. This is my first time meeting him, but I'm definitely excited too. What's up? We got Owen Hood. He goes by Hashi online, but he stepped in and he's actually become a digital artist would be a good way to say it for 5.2.
Yeah, basically I'm covering the 3D art side for the game since I've stepped in as of the last few months. So all of the bunkers that you saw in the 1.3 update, I made those, the net and poles, the scoreboard assets, the new tent assets, and then the character model that was added in, the newer character model, and all the jerseys, all of that. Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the character model, that was one of the earlier things I feel like that was implemented from you.
I think that was the first thing. Yeah, that was the first thing that I did for Ethan. And then recently I've been, as of all the stuff that's been released into the game that y'all have seen, I've been working on redoing the textures on the gun models that are already in the game. So, just doing new
Cleaning
textures for the DSR, DLS, just kind of starting from the ground up to make them more realistic and for us to kind of have all of the colorways that are actually available for those guns, or at least like all the basic ones.
Yeah, make it feel a little more like that's the gun I have in real life. Hell yeah, I can use
and
it
also
in-game.
just kind of bring up all the models to the standard of all the new stuff. Just kind of make it look more cohesive overall.
Yeah.
And then so I can move on to making new stuff.
I gotta tell you how good the bunkers look. I had a conversation with Ronnie Dizon for like 5 minutes about, dude, these bunkers look so good because they just do. Like something like the ones I'm thinking of, not the gel blaster ones, the like green ones. Like I was thinking the MVPS ones are also green, but the gel blaster ones, I don't know why, they just look good. Like the texture on them feels like that like nylon in game. It's you did a really good job there on those.
I really appreciate it. It was interesting, kind of like figuring out.
We lost Brendan.
Oh gosh, most of the time that I spent on those was spent like kind of figuring out how to pull it off, I guess, like what are the different steps to use, because there aren't any like tutorials on YouTube of how to make a paintball bunker in 3D or whatever, since it's kind of a niche task. So like I ended up doing like basically, to skip all the crazy jargon, like doing like a simulation, inflating cloth in like a simulation software called Marvelous Designer to get those accurate wrinkles. So I didn't have to sculpt or model any of that. I basically just found a way to like kind of draw the pattern of and where it was stitched together, and then inflated it with air inside of software, and then kind of brought that out as a static model, and then ended up kind of like texturing on top of all of that stuff. So I kind of created my own little workflow on how to do paintball bunkers. That after I kind of figured that out and I made the first can like 10 times just trying to figure it out, and then after that I just kind of flew through in a few days and just kind of, because all I had to do is be like, all right, what are the dimensions, and then cut out the shapes that the bunker are made of, blow it up in the software and bring it out.
You're getting into like cloth simulations there. That's some sick use of like physics elements to kind of shorten up your workflow, it seems.
Simulate a bag being blown up. That is insane.
Well, it's honestly kind of a cheat. It's way easier than making it.
Well, yeah, that's 100% right. I was just gonna say though, we go from Hatch, who doesn't even understand what like 3D modeling or imaging is at all, to myself, who's opened up Blender and used it. So like that's our like kind of levels, and then we now have an actual like digital artist on. So that sounds sick that you actually, thinking outside the box a little bit to get the job done.
And I don't have a ton of like experience. I did like a 9-month. I spent a few $1,000 on like a 9-month online training program with some professional artists and finished that. And besides that, it's kind of mostly just been like YouTube and all of that. But
YouTube's the go. It remains undefeated.
Yeah, for real,
bro.
Man. Yeah, for real. It's pretty amazing. If you're willing to just sit there and watch videos for hours and try stuff and break it and try it again, then yeah, dude, you can figure out that kind of stuff. It's super like daunting at first to look into something like cloth simulation, but in reality, once you watch a few YouTube tutorials. It's it's just following steps.
You gotta start simulating like fucking like huge lakes of bodies of water and fluid simulations and shit.
That would
go crazy with it.
That would be
just
fun.
burn your PC down to the ground.
Oh yeah.
Render out for a day and a half. Well, let's bring Ethan back in, man. The kind of head honcho of everything, implementing all these beautiful assets and textures that Owen's been working on. What has been the process of that? I know when we last talked to you, it was before the 1.3 update that had some of those kind of upgrades and kind of the the new field layout and just the nice textures and beautiful things that we've seen recently. So how's that process been?
I mean, it's been kind of a long, painful process having to go through and like redo every single texture and like the way we're doing it now, it ends up looking a lot better. It's a little bit more involved, so it's taken a lot longer, but we're like literally like on the last little thing just now before Owen's able to start adding in new stuff, because I know a bunch of people have been asking for new gear.
Yeah, bro, I want, let me buy something for 99 cents. Come on, bro. Let's do it. Let's go.
I don't know about that.
Okay. God damn it. I had to try, guys.
No, you can have it for free after you buy the game.
Hell yeah. Well, I didn't do that because you gave me a code, but it's still dope, and everyone else out there should buy it and try it. Let me pay you money. Maybe I'll make another Steam account and like buy a copy over there, and I'll call it even. Well, sick, man. I mean, that is something that you've talked about before on our show that probably got washed away. Is FTS and Infinite stance on no microtransactions. So. Maybe just kind of update that, because that probably was in the last episode. So all content coming is included with the first purchase.
Yeah, all the content. There is talks about doing like expansions, but that's like way down the line. If we're like, we've been done with the game for a while and we're just adding content in, maybe just to keep it sustainable and keep the servers running, which will be up pretty soon.
Oh yeah, okay. Dedicated servers coming soon. That's good. That definitely helps out with some of the networking and just ping stuff. Like, dude, sometimes playing against these Midwest boys, it's goddamn, it's hard. I know you feel that up there on the Pacific Northwest.
There's so many guys that we got on the East Coast. It's predominantly East Coast playing the game.
Yeah, and then we get the high ping going across the state or across the country.
They never want to come over to West Coast servers, bro.
Dude,
they never want it.
I know.
They never do. They're always like, dude, minimum Texas, but whatever.
But yeah, I mean, big news is kind of on the way for Infinite. We were talking about, the updates there in 1.2 stuff and, 1.2, 1.3, kind of getting some of these new features in, the new player model and such. 1.4, it's on the horizon. There's been some rumblings about it in the Infinite Discord, which you guys can check that out if you're not a member of that already. There's a lot of great information that gets dumped in there. But yeah, so 1.4, what's going on with that? What are the kind of the big bulletin points that you have lined up for that update?
I mean, we got some pretty big changes. Like we're talking like a full-on X-ball, like 1-to-1 with adjustable variables. So if you want to have like the win condition be like a mercy ruling like the NXL, you can. Or if you just want it to be like a race to 7 points or whatever it may be, you could do it that way too. You can also adjust the time limit and stuff.
Nice. So custom settings on servers, you can kind of set up a little more.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, that's the big thing, the big change that's in there.
Okay.
We've got a whole new. We redid the whole UI and added some extra elements to kind of. They were inspired by previous paintball games that have come out, like NPPL and the Greg Hastings series.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Simple
Yoink
stuff
and twist.
like
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's we've definitely taken some of the good stuff that we can and also try to apply our own, because it's enough time has passed and there really hasn't been that many paintball games that we can, just it's a big thing to try and add in original stuff, because there isn't, that many games out there. There's a ton of like regular FPS games like Call of Duty and Battlefield. They all like one will make him come up with a really good idea, and then all the other ones start doing that. But we're kind of at the base ground and having to come up with that stuff on our own.
Yeah, and I mean, got to talk about it a little bit, but you know, Virtua came out in the time since we last talked, since the Lost episode, and I mean, it was one of my questions tonight. Have you played it? Have you checked it out at all? Did you kind of jump in and see what's going on, or what's going on with that?
No, I haven't had a chance to play it. I don't really want to intrude on their testing, you know, and try to be a little bit respectful.
Okay.
You know,
like that.
I'm cool with waiting until it comes out. You know, I'll let everybody else who's more looking forward to playing it. You know, I would hate to take a key from somebody who's really dying to play it. You know.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah, it's
I haven't played it
respectable.
myself.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of gameplay videos on it. It looks interesting. I do appreciate that they're trying to do the same thing and diversify from other paintball games as well as our own. You know, that's like obviously a big concern is you know, copying one or the other too much. You know, obviously there's going to be some features that are the same. You know, there's going to be an X-ball format.
I mean, you
know,
guys
if
are
you want it to be a real-
they're both tournament paintball games. Like,
Yeah.
some stuff, you know,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a button
You're
to
gonna
switch
be able to
hands.
switch
There's
hands.
gonna be a button.
Yeah,
That's what it's like. Stuff like that
Yeah,
happens,
yeah.
you know. But yeah, so okay,
Especially
I
with
like that
both
take.
first-person shooters too. So you know, from the same
I mean,
perspective.
essentially, our industry now
Very
has
true.
a little, you know, like a little version of the COD versus Battlefield type thing, where it's like, yeah, they're very similar, but really they're very different games at the same time
Yeah.
too. Like,
Damn, I
they
like
have a
that.
lot of similarities, but you know, they're
They're trying
the ways
to do
they go
different
about
things,
it.
I think. Yeah.
Exactly,
And they're
and-
different priorities.
Yeah, core philosophies and you know things like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's good because like me and Owen were just talking about this. Like if there's two paintball games that are too close to each other, most likely one of them's going to die, or possibly both of them, because people get fed up with how one of them plays. Because I guarantee nobody plays only Call of Duty. You know, if they like to play shooting games.
yeah.
You know?
I do know some people who
people.
only play
Yeah.
Warzone, so those
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are losers, and I don't
Well,
like
and
them. But
I think too, like with games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, you've got such huge populations. Like even if you have a ton of players that only play COD or a ton of players that only play Battlefield, you still have a healthy enough population to sustain and pay for tons of dedicated servers, for matchmaking, for all of these like really expensive backend services that people don't really think about. Whereas when it comes to paintball, and then which is already small community, and then you go competitive paintball, smaller community, and then competitive paintball players who want to play a competitive paintball game on their computer, smaller community, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at that point, you don't want to have two products in that space that are too similar. COD and Battlefield can afford to do it, but if our two products are too similar, then the main worry is like they'll cannibalize each other. They might both have player bases, but neither will be large enough to sustain either game. So it's like we're just kind of trying to, and I haven't played it either. I was at World Cup and I spent a lot of time at the booth just watching people play it and kind of getting a vibe from their team and all of that. And obviously we have very different priorities for the game, and I think that they have some stuff that's really cool that we don't have, and we have some stuff that's really cool that they don't have. And so I think that at least where we're at now, and especially like where we plan on going with our experience, I'm not like super worried about them being too similar in the long run. So, we'll see what happens, but I think the more the merrier, as long as we're not like engrossing on each other's space, I guess.
yeah, and that's kind of the general vibe I would say I've gotten from the paintball community. Like, obviously there's been some people who have talked about it in a negative light, but really it seems like, look, we went from having nothing to now we have two games. Okay, is that a bad thing? Like,
Hell yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
that's a 200% growth in my head, so that's
More
a good
games to
thing.
play,
Yeah.
You get mad at one, you go to the other. It's just
Yeah.
it's just about
Well, I think
it's the cycle.
that's the other thing too, is like, think about it, back in the day, if you wanted to play DPB, you had to download Gary's mod, and then you had to like find a server that had it up, and like you had to go through steps. Now there's just two games on Steam that are tournament paintball games that are just in the algorithm now, and like people are probably gonna see those and be like, what the fuck is this, and have that question moment. Whereas a majority of the time they probably aren't going to become diehard paintball fans, but what if they do? And I've always said that about these games. What if they do? It's a great marketing tool, and it's something that we should always.
Well, and I think too, with
I was just
with
gonna say
the
we should
paintball video
support,
game-
and just to finish my topic there real quick. But yeah, just to finish support, because guys like Ethan, he spent years doing this in his room for no money, and then cool, I was able to make a little bit of that 2 years investment of time back, and now most of that's gone right back into the game to make it an even cooler spot.
It's interesting to think about. Obviously, I'm a gamer, but I don't know like the whole backside of games, right? Is that what you were saying? How nobody really talks about when it comes to like the nitty gritty of like crafting a game. That is just a concept that blows my mind that you guys do, and which I think is so impressive because it's like the beanbag chairs got me, bro. The beanbag blowing up, dude, that's got me. But yeah, just little things like that is I never would have thought go into like creating a game. But obviously when you're coming up with something that's from ground zero, where it's like, I don't even know, how do you even, what is like the way you start at ground zero? Where is ground zero?
Man,
this is a good question. You download Unreal Engine 4 and just start.
Yeah. You watch a how to make your gun shoot tutorial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, what it was started with me was I had like tinkered around with like UDK and Game Maker back in the day, and I never really started any projects. And Infinite was like actually the first project that I really decided to start and go through with and finish. And it wasn't really like I didn't really start with an end goal in mind. I had I just wanted to make a cool paintball game. It was mostly for me. Like I didn't even think that it would gain an audience like it did. But the way I started was just downloading Unreal Engine 4 and watching tutorials. Yeah, watching tutorials, trying to educate myself on all the different aspects of what goes into making a game. Like getting 3D models, that's something I didn't even think of at first. How to rig a character, that's something I didn't even know about. There's so much to it, and you can learn a lot from YouTube and dev forums like Reddit and stuff like that, because that's where I got a lot of my info. And then as time goes on, I can't really find too much more info on that, but I know enough to start inventing new ways. And like there's I end up finding my way a lot of the time, even if I can't find support for it online.
You understood the tools enough to kind of figure out a way to do it. It may not be the best way, but it'll get it done, and then you can refine from there, kind of.
Yeah, I feel like this last year I've like really gotten the hang of understanding exactly what I'm doing. There is a science to it. It's everything that you do in there. There's a reason why things break, and you can, especially with like Unreal Engine's blueprints, it's kind of nice because you can follow that line of code that you're linking together, and you can, if you have a bug, you can trace down what you did, and you're like, oh, this is something that I can think about for next time, and it just compounds and makes you better each time, and you learn from it. And,
game film. Yeah,
it's been
game review. Gotta get better and better. I like that, and that's I mean that's. Well, I was kind of laughing there because you were talking about like you do it the best way you can, and then maybe a year later you'll just replace every single texture and have to deal with the problems that come with that. And that's kind of the nature of a game like this, where it is kind of a living title at the moment, where updates are still happening. It's not like this was freaking Elden Ring that was developed, put out into the world, and has been, you can mod it and stuff, but the developers are kind of just maintaining it at this point. They're not adding in new content.
DLC's coming soon, I hope.
Okay, calm down, Mr. Elden Lord over there. Have you become an actual Elden Lord, right, Hatch?
Absolutely.
I'm right.
Ring's been on my finger for sure.
That's right. All right, Elden Lord. Sorry, sir.
Owen, are you an Elden Lord as well?
I'm an Elden Lord as well.
My boy, let's
multiple
go,
Elden Lords.
dude.
Brandon, did you know royalty was in our company tonight? I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm not worthy.
We are not worthy. We are not
Damn
worthy.
right, brother. You're damn right. Hell
We're
yeah,
maidenless over here. But yeah, so I mean, speaking of new features, what's in I would say the near future, but I guess what is the end goal right now for Infinite? What is, when you're thinking 2 years out, what does that image look like in your head?
This is something I've been thinking about like pretty hardcore recently, because like I said, I started out with not really an end goal. But over like the last 6 months since we dropped the big update, it's been more of a thing that I've had to think about. And I can go two different ways.
Rug pull, go to Vegas, put it on black, see if you double it up. Like that's a way, you could do that.
Yeah, maybe not two different ways, but there's there's the gray casings route where you make a game, you got your campaign, you can choose your character and you fight through the ranks, which is cool.
Oh man.
But I think
Patch
just
hard, by the way.
instinctively
That's sick.
I think instinctively the game's just been more garnered towards like becoming
It's
a simulator.
PvP. It's kind of it's I see what you're saying there, going more like, is this a single player kind of arcade experience, or is this a multiplayer competitive game like Counter-Strike or something along those lines? And I would say it's definitely more of that, in my opinion, at least the time that I've spent playing it.
Yeah, that's kind of...
The movement is so good. The movement is so fucking good. I've talked about this before on the show. It is so fucking fluid. God, it just...
I would agree.
I jumped in like last week. You tricked me out because you said that something was in the game that's not in the game yet. And I was like, what? No, let me go check that out. We'll talk about that a little bit here. But I went and checked it out and I was like, oh God, I forgot this movement. Just, it feels so good. Sliding out to the corner, just... Oh, it's just every bit of me that's played mouse and keyboard since I was 12 is like, this is right. This is how this should feel. And then I play other titles and I'm like, this is not right. This does not feel good.
I'm gonna have to send you an early copy of the next update because there's a couple of things like the movement hasn't changed, but there's some things that have changed that give the game a little bit more feel. And be curious to see your feedback on that.
I think you were mentioning like stamina changes, right? Kind of tweaking how long you can run and things like that.
That'll happen over time. I mean,
okay.
The stamina currently, I mean, the way it was decided, like with how much I gave and how much it gets regen, how much you're able to use at once. It's like I had to do a lot of testing to figure out those variables, but like basically you're able to make it to the snake and then a little bit more than that. That way you can, make it there off break, but also people can't, abuse
Just
it too badly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of that fine line of like, it does get frustrating. You're like, yeah, I'm going to go, fucking 50 brick off the rip. Let's do it. Let's send it hella far. And you get halfway there and your character starts walking and you're like, oh fuck. Like that feels bad. But at the same time, having the opposite of dudes just flying V down the field, you're like, oh shit, that's not fun either. So that's balance in games. That's, something that even AAA titles have, anyone who's ever played a COD, they know one of the guns is just better than all the others, and that's what it is until they eventually update it. Or like One Man Army, they just don't ever patch it or update it.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was so fire.
That's some old head shit right there. None of you kids
Danger
know about
close,
that.
dude. Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
One Man Army noob tube getting fucking 40 kills, not actually seeing a single person in the whole game. Harrier in the back, doesn't matter.
Cross map
Infinite ammo, ACRs, yeah.
Oh yeah.
ACR with the noob tube. God, you're a man of class.
All
I'm in a class.
classes,
And, speaking of gaming, I don't know why, but I was in Target today and I saw this and I decided to pick it up. Apparently, Monster makes a seltzer now.
Everybody makes a seltzer.
Yeah, so I'm trying it. It's the white one. This tastes like white fucking Monster. Like yeah, that's not good. That's deadly. It's not the best seltzer I've ever had. The best seltzer I've ever had is Hard AF. Shout out to our other boys down in Texas, Last Row.
Hell yeah.
I definitely want to drink some with you pretty soon here. Will do at the Texas event. That's going to be fun. But yeah, so I thought that was fucking crazy and insane. And so I was like, fuck it, I'm going to drink Monster Seltzer on the show tonight. So yeah, all of our audio viewers, that's why I'm going crazy throughout this episode. You'll slowly figure that out.
He's wired.
But not on caffeine. It's just 6% alcohol, so it's great. One of the other things that's coming, I think it's in this update. If not in this update, I think it's kind of soon, as I know the textures are actually done for it. But do you want to introduce our own field?
Yeah.
I mean, talk us through that.
Coming.
Yeah, what's that? What's going on with that?
I figured I'd just add that in there as like a little thank you for sending me that footage for the the main menu background. you know.
Yeah, no, I mean that we've done some of the other videos and stuff, but you know, that's
That's
I remember you reached out to me and I was like, what, dude, that'd be sick. No way. So yeah, I mean, you heard him right. There's gonna be a field in the game like a couple of the other sponsors. That's gonna be a MafiaProductions field, so you guys will be able to check that out here coming shortly. Did you who did the assets on that? Was that Owen?
No, it was actually me. I just
Wow.
I wasn't even aware.
He does it all. He does it all, ladies and gentlemen.
No, hold on.
I saw it.
So,
Hold on.
hold on. All I did was change the colors and put the logo on it.
Fuck yeah. All right. That's what he can do.
So, there's still Owen's textures. I did a little bit of work. Well, it actually took fucking forever. Like there's so many bunkers.
But all right.
A lot of bunkers.
No, I'm when I say forever, I mean like 2 hours straight of me sitting down doing nothing but that.
Okay, that's
you know,
not that bad. There's
no, it wasn't too
there's
bad.
definitely worse, but yeah.
What makes it hard putting it on the bunker? What makes it like difficult to do? Like what is that
the
process?
fact there's 52 in a bunker kit, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's like
so
I'm pretty sure that's like split in half, right? Because there's for both sides.
Yeah, it's split in half.
I don't remember.
Oh, that's true. I guess because you can just mirror it. Yeah.
If I just off the top of my head, if I had to guess, we got like about 25 bunkers in total, something like that, maybe. But the thing that makes it take so long is like going through each texture and substance painter, placing the logo on there, making sure that the logo is correct and all the size is correct, exporting those textures, importing them into Unreal, and then setting up the material, and then pasting the material onto each bunker, and doing that, you know, times whatever 15 whatever different bunkers are on the field.
So
That sounds a lot more complicated than just Control V, Control C, Control V.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I would agree. Would it be easier if you did this in Fortnite Unreal Engine? Would that be easier? Would that be a better workaround for this problem, or is that not helpful at all?
I know nothing about that.
I mean,
I'm not up to date on Fortnite.
No, yeah, the short answer is no. I mean,
Can we
basically,
get
you'd
an
be,
Infinite? Could you just copy Infinite's code and put it into Fortnite? Because it literally
I don't know. I don't know.
that would be crazy. Because Fortnite literally is I think it's called Fortnite Unreal Engine. Like it's literally
UEFN, Unreal Editor for Fortnite.
Yeah, so they released all of their Unreal tools that can be now accessed through Fortnite's client. So people, it's their creator mode. It used to be their like just regular their in-game engine stuff, and then they opened it up, and now people can literally build like custom games and shit in Fortnite. It's crazy. Epic Games is doing insane stuff, but yeah. Long question. Could we get
like
Infinite
Fortnite.
Games in Fortnite? Is that?
I mean, it's probably feasible, but I
It's
don't.
like,
you
fuck, not me.
can bring in custom assets into Fortnite into UEFN because I've looked at it a little bit, but it would be the exact same process as we're already doing. So
Okay.
I mean, it probably is possible,
But dude,
but I
if
don't
I
see
could,
the,
I
yeah.
could hit the L on someone after
Oh
I get a
my
5-pack, like,
Oh my
come
God.
on! I mean,
Dude.
free money right
Hey,
there.
there you
Bada
go.
bing, bada boom.
Stab on a guy after you bunker him.
The emote update's coming.
Yeah, dude. When can
Hell
I be
yeah.
a banana
Hear
on
it.
the field? That's
Oh.
my dream.
Peely.
I just want to be Peely running down the Dorito side, just making everyone know.
Yeah.
No
Look at my
custom
slogan.
avatars. Is that not confirmed for 1.4?
Maybe like custom gear, like maybe some hats and stuff like that. Custom masks, whatever you
so
want.
I can't be Shrek. Fuck.
Yeah,
Oh.
That was my life goal, was to be Shrek playing paintball.
I don't
Can we
know
get
if
an
can
April
afford that
Fool's version
license,
of the
man.
game?
I just-
I didn't even the license. I didn't even think about that, dude. Because I don't know if you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
remember back in the day on like Tony Hawk's Underground 2, the unlockable character that was like blacked
Yeah.
out was Shrek.
Was Shrek, yep.
Dude, just shredding the gnar is Shrek. Oh my
Amazing.
god, Shrek in the gnar.
Get out, Miss Swole.
Man, yeah. So damn the licensing.
Do the
I
roar.
wonder how
Do the roar.
Man,
the
they would-
licensing issue.
They would sue me so hard.
Hey, Brando, you alive down there, buddy? What's going on, buddy?
I thought he was frozen.
I'm freezing every now and then.
Yeah, for
so-
audio listeners, he's actually here. He's just not saying a single fucking word. Well, okay, now dogs
it's-
are going off.
That ain't here.
Oh, that's not
Wait,
there.
is that
Oh,
me?
that was bad
I think
timing.
that might be my
I think
neighbor,
it was
honestly.
Owen, but
Yeah,
kill the
no,
dog. Whatever.
neighbor.
Get rid of the dog. But yeah. So Brandon, you alive? You got a question for our lovely guest?
Barely alive. Yeah.
No, okay,
so,
he's not.
Well, yeah, as long as I'm here, connected, we're good. Yeah. So I was talking with someone at work, and they were talking about AI. You know, what he did in
Where the fuck is this going?
I like this.
I'm scared.
I don't
Just
know.
continue. I'm scared.
I learned a lot about I learned a lot about what AI can do within like the medical field, and like where it's going, and like I just want to know have you guys tinkered with any AI? I don't know. Is it usable while like making a game in a way?
Can you guys just go to GPT-4 and just have it write the story mode campaign? Just be like, you are a player starting on a DeFi paintball team, trying to become pro. This is your story, and then just take that and put that in the game. And don't actually make anything, but just have it be like an essay section where you read your story. I think that.
I wish it were that simple.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right.
I've played around with it. It can write C++, but it's pretty sloppy. And, if you're looking to do blueprints, it'll actually lay out the way you need to structure everything. It could be useful. I don't use it, but I could see like
for dumb paintball players out there like myself, who not very long ago, because I had to look into this, C++ is a coding language. So it's something that you like. It's like Java, Python, and a couple of other ones. But
Okay.
yeah. It's what you talk to your computer in, and then your computer's like, hey, here's you shooting a paintball gun. And you're like, thanks, computer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And specifically, it's the one that Unreal uses. So
yeah, I can read it pretty decently, but and make some minor changes, but like writing it straight from scratch, it would be tough for me to do because I'm a big blueprint guy.
Interesting.
Yes, this is something we all know a lot about, as all three of our faces look like we're so confused.
AI.
I just keep looking from Brandon to Hatch, and they're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I mean,
Get lost.
essentially,
coding,
like,
blueprints, C++.
You can build a game in Unreal Engine using just writing C++. So if you're like a master coder, right, and you know how to write the language and you're like basically fluent in it, then you could be like, oh, I want this door to open. I know how to write the code for that. And you just write it up and boom, Unreal Engine does it. And if there's a problem, then you can go and troubleshoot it yourself.
If player opens door.
Yeah,
open
basically.
door. Like,
and that's kind of more what Blueprints is, where it's like a more simple, it is blocks of code that are kind of predetermined with like sliders and input sections where you can modify them. But you're basically like taking a block that's an if, and then you're bringing it to an and then. And like it literally looks like a bunch of blocks connected by a bunch
it's
of
kind of like a nuke or like other compositing softwares where it's a grid layout.
Like a node-based.
Node-based systems. Yeah, I've heard of that before.
Yeah.
DaVinci has one. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Definitely heard about it for sure. Hell yeah.
Funny part is I'm not lying. But no, it's essentially that is interesting because it's essentially kind of like I don't want to say the cheating way, but the way that you can at least build something without just knowing like code.
It's
like
the newer
it kind of
way.
it makes it easier, I would say. Is that fair at least?
I would say it's probably easier to learn and understand until you get to the nitty gritty, because there's so much stuff that you can get into with it, and you can make the same things happen as you can with C++. I don't want to like downgrade anything about it.
It's essentially it's making your own versus just getting something off the shelf, kind of like, whereas you could build a mask. That's a bad one because that's like a texture thing, but like, I don't know, the bunkers, you could build something like that, but it's probably easier to get something that's like, oh, it deflects off this material, but it doesn't off this material. Like, I'm grasping at straws because I don't know this that well, but is that kind of something along the lines?
Yeah, that would be like something more intricate with it.
This motherfucker froze on us. God damn it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we still got your audio, but your video did freeze. But you're good. Yeah, we're still picking you up.
I'll fix it.
It's all good.
Just
Like a ventriloquist.
Kind of. He's like
okay,
Jeff
now-
Dunham
yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, that's all I'm
Yeah.
thinking of it now. He's not frozen.
Yeah.
He's just been ventriloquisting.
It's just
He's
impressive.
what was that Jeff
This
Dunham
guy's
character?
Raw
The-
talent. Look at this guy.
Oh,
There he is. Oh,
There
now
it
he's a
is.
chair?
There it is. There it is.
Oh god, okay. Now he's back. All right. There he is.
No.
We got him back. Did you mute his audio though? Getting
Oh,
up.
Maybe.
Oh god, now we don't have
God.
audio.
Oh, God.
We get one, but we lose the other.
I think we're good. I turned the preamp
Oh,
off
shit,
on
yeah.
accident.
All
there
right.
we go.
There we go. Hell yeah. So sick. All right. So yeah, I mean, like I was saying, it's the more of like, instead of building it completely from the ground up from scratch, it's more of like you get a base and then you tweak from there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's basically blocks of pre-written code, just exactly like Owen said. It's like that. It's stuff that you would write anyways, and you can plug the nodes into different
Okay.
things and route everything. It's. I feel like in ways it could be more practical in a lot of settings to use, because I feel like you could do a lot of stuff with it, and it helps that inventive side of my brain, being able to see where the code's going, and
Yeah.
It lays it
Easier
out differently.
yeah,
kind of.
exactly.
Yeah. It's a
Interesting.
different
It's
UI
a lot
for it
easier to like
almost.
visualize what's happening than
Yeah, you-
reading lines. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of just like
Wow.
picking through each line of code, you can actually trace what's going on. That way, if there's a bug, you could be like, okay, where did I fuck up?
Okay.
I
Damn.
see that. Yeah. No,
That is bananas.
that does make sense. It just puts it in a perspective that's a little easier to kind of look at the whole picture instead of just literally text in lines and multiple lines for however
Yeah.
many you have, and it's a lot more tedious to go through.
Okay.
Hash, did you have a question for our 5T boys?
All right. So hear me out. What is like your guy?
Hear
Do
me
you
out.
guys game outside of obviously developing? Like, are you guys like gamers on your free time?
Of course.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
All right. What you guys be playing?
No, they're
what you guys be
fake
playing?
nerds, bro. They don't play any games.
Nah, I fucking hate video games, dude.
I'm just here to profit and make
Yeah.
money.
Hell
That's what it
yeah.
is.
Yeah. Literally just here to make money and walk away. That's it.
I mean, that's
Okay.
what other people are doing.
That's-
But it's
Yeah.
So what's your guys' your poison of choice when it comes to gaming?
Shit. I'm a big Halo guy. That's
Hell
that's
yeah,
one thing.
brother.
Remember that.
I think we talked about that in the Lost
Yeah.
episode.
I
Much
bet.
like
that.
Master Chief, it's been lost.
Facts.
Yeah, that there's a simulator game for motocross that I play quite a bit. That's what I spend most of my time on. It's called MX Bikes. I've
Is
talked
it
to
like
quite
the
a few-
old like MX versus ATV type
Dude,
games?
I love
Yeah,
that
yeah.
game,
Those
bro.
games
When
were
you get on
the
the borders,
shit back in the
when
day,
you
man.
go over the huge hill to the border and you get fucking launched.
Yep.
Dude,
Why did we all do that? Like
That
that was
was
never
just-
you were never told to do that in the game, but you're
You
like,
just go in
yo,
a straight line. You just get on it. You go in a straight line until it launches you, and then you just do it again. Oh yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
man,
So good.
I don't know what it was, but I thought that shit was just so fucking funny.
those
I
games were
just,
so much
I
fun.
could just not laugh at it.
That was the golden era of gaming.
I would agree.
For sure,
For
100%. But so it's
Yeah.
a little more simulator-ish. It's a little more realistic.
It is, yeah. Like if you come in there
You're
expecting
not just
an
doing
MX
heel
versus
clickers and shit. Like,
yeah, no. If you're expecting MX versus ATV, you will pull your hair out trying to play that game.
Okay.
do I have to like clutch and shit?
Yeah, clutch, shift, everything.
out.
You control. You're leaning versus where you're steering. The handlebars are on two different sticks, but that's kind of how games have gone
Which-
What?
these days. But yeah, I mean,
I guess that is how a bike works. Like you have to balance, but I don't want to do that when I'm playing a game. I want to.
Hell no,
Yeah,
I just
have
want to get
fun.
launched.
yeah, it could be.
I want to go to the edge of the map and then I don't know, get sent
Get
to
catapulted.
heaven. Yeah.
For sure. I don't know
Anyone
what it
who's
is, but
never
the
played that has
ragdoll
no
effect,
clue what
bro.
we're talking about.
The
But it is
ragdoll
oh,
So
effect.
good though.
it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Such a master class in gaming back in the day. All right.
Well,
So
what about you?
that's,
What is your
so-
game right now?
Funnily enough, I'm also a Halo guy. Big Halo guy. Yeah, which is like completely kind of coincidence. Like me and Ethan didn't really even talk about that at first. But yeah, I played a lot of like ranked Infinite while it was like popping off for the first kind of like year or so, and then like I still hop on from time to time. But I've been playing Elden Ring. I've been playing Baldur's Gate. You know, I try and like dip my whatever is like everyone's kind of big. I try and like check it out or
You've been,
whatever for a
you've been
little
doing
bit. So
any
I play
animal
a lot of
abuse?
games.
Any Power World?
Yeah.
I have not. I have not done any of the Power World yet.
Okay.
But I haven't been playing like a ton of games just recently because I've been like, you know, sitting in front of my computer a lot, doing this kind of stuff. But and my controller's been messed up, and I'm mainly a controller guy, so which is funny. I spend I spend so much time working keyboard and mouse.
That's the gayest thing you've ever said. I'm sorry, bro.
Dude, I like never played a keyboard and mouse FPS until I started doing art for games because I didn't ever have a PC that was powerful enough to play games. Yeah. So
I was the same way. I was a console guy growing up.
Yeah, I was always on Xbox, and I think that's the reason why I've always been a Halo kid too, and why that kind of carried over was just because I had the Xbox. But and I can play on keyboard and mouse now, but I'm just not as good, which is crazy to say because I know usually it's the opposite, but I guess it's just the 15 years of controller.
Well, I mean, aim assist, you know, you have that, so you have that advantage.
Absolutely, dude. I'll take it. I will take it.
No, dude, because like I played Infinite when it came out too. Like I was with a group of friends and we played ranked pretty, a decent amount. And we got into Onyx, we did pretty well. But dude, you just come across people who are good with a controller. They just melt you because their reticle doesn't come off your face, and so it's like shredded. You just get melted down. So that's definitely a game. There's a couple games where controllers they're probably better. Like if you're really good with it, you're 100% better.
For sure.
Like but go play CS:GO, get fucked, kid.
Yeah.
Oh
God,
Same thing with Siege,
and that's why I'm a CS kid, because when I was like 13, 14, I got a PC and then just started playing that. But yeah, no, I definitely get it. I grew up with controller and then I stopped playing, and then I remember, I forget which game it was, some game. I was at a friend's house. I picked up the console, Xbox controller. I was like, all right, let's get into this. I sucked. Dude, I lost all of it. Like I couldn't track at all. Like it was so hard to try and get those skills back.
I was a guy that used to scuff, so going back to like a normal controller, that shit is undoable.
Okay,
not even gonna lie.
Also a very gay thing to say. So
what are you talking about, dude? That was a legitimate thing, dude. Scuff shots, dude. Like Call of Duty ranked GBs, bro. Dude, that shit back in the day.
I mean, bro, I get it.
Dude, I use my mom's email so I could gamble wagers, bro. I'd use my mom's email so I could gamble. But
FaZe Clan.
Man, Call of Duty ranked GBs back in the day. That was a different time, dude. They don't do
you're looking into history right now. Yeah, like if anyone's watching the video, this man is
all the time I used.
I'm glad you noticed that too, Owen. It wasn't just me.
All the prestiges, all the camos, bro. Oh my God, dude.
You know that saying, you don't know it was the good old days until you've left them? That's what Hatch just went through right now. He was like, oh, my childhood, it was so great.
But it's good to hear that you guys are Halo fans, dude, because I've been playing Halo. I brought my girlfriend got the Master Chief Collection. We've been playing through the campaigns. Nice. And dude, that is so nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, I'll go through and play Halo 2 is my favorite by far.
Dude, I remember I asked you that last episode on the lost episode.
Yeah, I will like on the regular I'll on the regular go back and play that campaign all the way through. It's just so good.
I agree. All of them are just honestly masterpieces.
I'm a big fan of Reach was like the first one that was like, because I played 3 and 4, but like that was like at a friend's house or stuff like that, because I didn't have an Xbox growing up at that time. And then Reach came out, and that's when, like, I don't know, for some reason we got an Xbox. And then I remember the ending of that, and I was like, well, this is fucking sad. Why does everyone like these games? Like I didn't get it fully. And then now I've experienced the other campaigns, and I get it. But yeah, I remember definitely being on the like kind of the outside of that party, being like, all right, multiplayer's fun, but I don't get why this is so much fun. Like, everyone just died. This is sad as hell.
Dude, Noble Six's final stand, bro. That will go down in history, dude.
It just says survive. You're like, what the fuck?
I was like, where am I supposed to go? Just survive? And it's like, I'm like, damn, dude, why's my mask getting cracked? And then it's like, I'm just getting fucked up,
why did
dude.
the enemies not stop? I'm out of ammo.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh man.
Yeah, that's like a formative experience if you're the right age. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
true,
The first time you experience that at the right age, that
shapes a boy into a man for sure.
It does.
The true feeling of loss. Because dude, that entire game, usually dude, when you're playing the other Halos and you're Master Chief, dude, you are mobbing everybody. Master Chief don't give no fucks.
Yeah.
But when you play on Reach, it's like the entire game you're losing. Like the fight on Reach, you're like losing in the story. So it's like that was a whole different experience when you're a kid. You're like, damn, I just took the L every fucking mission.
Pretty much, someone dies almost every single mission. Like the first couple,
like it for sure.
It's like, oh, team building, we're all good, we're gonna get through this, and then it's just
like, oh, I really like these people.
They start picking them off one by one, and you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's a sad game, especially if you play it at the right time. All right, well, touching back on Infinite, we talked about kind of the 2-year, end game type of, you want it to be kind of a more, multiplayer PvP sort of experience. What's coming up soon? Obviously the next update 1.4, but what's kind of the roadmap for like the next year or so in your head?
Yeah, I basically have a roadmap laid out for this year of like stuff that I want to get done, and I do want to go over that publicly in a video one of these days. But the biggest things are like the UI is going to get an overhaul, like the main menu system. You're going to see a progression system. Like you'll unlock a gun, and the more you use that gun, the more skins you'll unlock for it, and you unlock different colorways, and then we'll do like limited time challenges, stuff like that. Get some like custom manos and stuff like that.
Okay, that sounds sick.
That's cool. Because what I like about the gun unlocks is it brings back that day in COD when you saw a dude with like the gold deagle and you're like, bro, how much do you fucking play this game? You're just like,
It's like, I thought I was a nerd. And there's this guy.
And he's 10th prestige, so he's done that shit 10 times. And you're like, bro, you're crazy.
But it motivates you deep down.
Oh, 100%.
Sure.
I didn't get off after that game. I played another one. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
I had to make somebody else feel like I just felt getting smashed by a 10th prestige back then.
Bring the trauma to the next generation. Sorry, Ethan, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that's a big thing that we're gonna be focusing on with these next couple of updates, or like giving people a reason to keep playing, and giving them something to work towards. Because right now it's just kind of casual. You can hop in and play, which is fun for a while, but there's a lot of people out there looking to unlock some cool stuff.
It gives that dopamine feedback, when you scroll on TikTok and it's it's the videos you like. Well, it's the same type of kind of feeling where it's like, hey, I did something in this game. I didn't just play a game. I unlocked a skin, and now my character looks better. So when new kids come in, they think I'm cool. Isn't that what it is deep down for all you guys too?
For sure,
right? You guys just want to be accepted and cool. Isn't that it?
Yeah.
I mean, cool. That's the only reason
I've missed my family.
The only reason I keep playing MW3 is because I want to unlock new skins. But then I unlock those, and I'm like, oh, I got nothing to play for now.
So I kind of did that with 2019 COD, the Modern Warfare, because I grinded skins for a bit, and then I was like, okay, but now that I did that, what's the point? Like now, okay, do I play the game more?
So I can flex on people and search and destroy.
Didn't someone in our Discord get like all the skins or something in this latest COD? Or what was it? Was Whitefire, I think. What did he post?
I love that guy.
Dude, he spent like 7 days grinding skins. Like,
yeah, I asked him because he's like, dude, I got the mastery camo, and I was like. And I asked him, I was like, genuinely, how long does that take? Like hour wise, like how long are you playing to like grind out every single challenge for every single gun? And he's like, took me about like 10 days in total. And I'm like, God damn, that is insane to think about. There's a grinder right there.
That's in game time, right?
Like, in game time where it's like 10 10 days.
not
Yeah,
just
240
10 calendar
hours.
days. That's
gnarly.
That's crazy shit. Well, all right. So fucking shout out, man.
He's a god.
But I will say, the reason why he kept playing all those hours was he wanted the fancy thing, so he could show off and be like, "Hey guys, I got the fancy thing." And that going right back to Infinite, that's cool. You know, if you rock up to the gate and you see Ronnie Dizon's across from you and he's got an all gold setup, you're like, this is gonna suck, but I may learn how to get better. So let's go. Like, you know, it kind of adds another little spicy element to the game, that next level sort of thing.
For sure.
And on my end, I feel like I've, now that we've gotten to the point where very soon you guys will all see, but we're kind of caught up where everything has a new texture and all the stuff that was originally there has kind of been replaced with the new stuff. It frees me up to really start working on like actual new content, new annos, new guns, new jersey designs, new headband, all of that stuff can be kind of where I start to spend my time. Whereas kind of since I've been brought on for the last few months, it's kind of getting it up to a certain point, and we're finally almost at that point. So it's going to be really exciting.
So
just
instead
to kind
of
of see what I
being
can do
new
at that time.
content, it's been, just getting old content up to date, kind of.
Just making sure
Like
that
it's
it's
still
up to
new
our
stuff,
standard.
but it's not necessarily, a new colorway for a gun
exactly.
or a new
It's
ammo
still
or
been
something
the
like that.
DSR and the TM40 and the, what I mean, those 4 guns.
Yeah.
Right. And like we're still I've finally gotten to the point where all of that is kind of updated, and now we can move on, which is really exciting.
Maybe eventually get the idol in there, or the era, or some of these new things that are starting to come out. I mean, I don't know, but okay, you guys are both doing weird faces and making moves, so that may be coming in the future. All right, you've heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, from the sidelines. Check us out. But no, I think it's really dope what you guys have done with the game, and adding those next kind of when I said it in the past on the Lost episode, MMO type elements, those elements that make you want to spend more time in the game, more time playing points, because it makes you feel like, oh, I'm getting something for this, I'm doing something good. And that's awesome to see. I mean, because at the end of the day, fuck yeah, I definitely want to be out there with my custom, Mafia skin and fucking, shitting on kids, and you got the FTS from the sidelines, jersey on, and we're like, hey, look at us. And those are things that, now are starting to become possible as, the field now is, the turf looks awesome. The grass looks awesome. The new environment. I love that. I think you said, maybe not here, but maybe somewhere else, it's kind of a Pacific Northwest vibe. It's got all the evergreen trees and it's kind of feels cool now. It feels more like an actual real environment that you'd spend time in. Whereas Hatch, you remember the first day we ever played Infinite, it was like some random field, like it was just grass, and that was all we had, and we had some nets up and bunkers that were vaguely the shape of the W.
Playing it so early, playing it in like such early access, and then playing it now, dude, it is literally a different game, and it is so amazing to see. So, dude, I think you really are making a beautiful game, and it is absolutely fun. Like, I love that game. That game is so much fun.
I appreciate it, man. It's glad to know that there's that I'm not just doing this for myself, which I originally was. There's people that are actually interested in it, and it's been crazy to even think that. Just coming from somebody who, I'm just a person who lives in Oregon.
Likes paintball, made a game. Like,
exactly.
Now, all these people are talking about it, playing it. It's no, I think it's a testament to the work you've done, man, and you deserve all the credit for it. 100%. We've definitely, that's been my goal here, is making sure that people know that it's you, that you're the guy who made it, because it's fucking, it's sick, dude. I enjoy it, and when I enjoy something, I always like to put it out there and get my name behind it. So thank you for Infinite, because it's been a blast so far, and I think we'll definitely have a lot more cool things coming in the future for it. It sounds like.
I think it's a great practice tool. That's what I liked using it as a practice tool, like getting on the layout, just looking at angles, right? Because when
you live 3 hours,
I don't get to just walk down to my local paintball field and play.
Is it because of your long commute you talk about every week on the show, Ash?
I was gonna say shit. You brought it up, buddy.
What? You commute to practice?
No
way. You can't just go to the field.
I walk there.
Dude, you're
With my
hardcore for
days.
that.
For days.
You walked there? Yeah.
He walks for days.
I gotta leave
Hat
Wednesday.
starts the trip on a Wednesday, yeah, and then gets to the field. He gets back home on Tuesday, does
Gear
laundry,
bag on.
starts it back up
Yeah,
again.
get
It's
back
a whole
on my
thing.
back. Holy shit. Oh my god. But yeah. What are we talking about?
We were talking about Infinite, but just, you know, some of the stuff that can come from it in the future and using it as a training tool. You know, that's what Hatch was talking about more specifically. And there's, I mean, look, dude, fucking Ronnie's
Play in
talked
the
to
middle
me.
of the
He's done that like 100%. He's, you know, jumped on there and he'll be thinking about paintball while he's, you know, running some random pubs and stuff like that. It's definitely something that's worth it. If you're out, you know, if you're out there and you have a computer, go check it out. Run some points on it, you know, go grab some
much fun.
friends, jump into it. When, you know, like I said earlier, there's the Discord for it. That's always a good place to get, you know, more information, stay up to date, you know, updates, all that stuff. But you know, it's exciting. It's something that as a paintball community, I think we should be giving a little more time and attention to, and we have in the past, but we should continue to support it, because I definitely am going to. So yeah, that's my plea to everyone out there.
Appreciate it. We appreciate it. Very
Let's
much.
I mean, we've asked Owen or Ethan a little bit, but Owen, what is something you're working on maybe in the future that you're kind of excited about? Is there a model or something that you have in mind, or what, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that I want to do, and a lot of that, you know, and I don't want to get into any details that I can't get into, but a lot of that is kind of dependent on conversations with companies and making sure that we're kind of keeping above the line. You know, we don't want to do anything that we don't have express permission to do. We don't want to, we don't want to ever feel like we're kind of like infringing on someone else's stuff. We want to showcase people's stuff, and we're not like asking for any like compensation from the companies to do that. But sometimes it's hard to kind of get in touch with companies and kind of stay in touch with them. They're super busy. Paintball companies are small and chaotic, and they always have been.
Yeah, one person usually wears 3 or 4 different hats.
Exactly. And that rotates out, man. I mean, you know what I mean? Like I played for paintball teams and had Nick Sloviak in the pits when he worked for GI, and now he works for Diet, you know, and they all kind of swap out and rotate around. So, you know, kind of depending on what we can do, I'd like to get pretty much all, especially like the new guns within the companies that we kind of have access to anyway, like what you mentioned. That would be something I'd like to do, obviously. But then also I'd like to do old stuff, like legacy stuff, old guns, old die guns, like a DM4 or a DM7.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like
that
the
would be
oil slick,
sick.
the oil slick DM7, right? Sick gun. People love that gun. It goes for $900, right? You could use that like that in a game and kind of get the feel for that.
Or you know, or
just-
similarly, like I was thinking, like autocockers. Like I saw today, iconic Quinn posted a video of a carnivore and had an Aggie on it and everything. And like, yeah, using that in real life, it would kind of suck. It's a little heavier, you know. It's you know, all those things that come with using an older marker. But
It's fun.
you throw it in a digital game, and now it's the same thing essentially. And so it kind of it's you know, it's a skin in a way. So. Yeah, I see where you're going for there, and that would be sick. You know, guys using their G6R out on the field, or you know, like stuff like that. Yeah,
and I have a lot of nostalgia for old stuff. I mean, like I've been playing on and off since like 2012. So.
You do know the content I make, right? Like speaking of nostalgia for old things in paintball. Yeah, dude, get an Angel in there. That'd be sick, bro. Give me some 3 tubes.
Wow.
I mean, hey, you know, I hadn't even thought about that, considering Angel is not active. I don't know what the situation would be with that.
You would actually probably be fine. It'd be public domain at this point, because the company that holds the rights doesn't exist anymore, and they didn't sell to anyone, so no one owns them.
I do know that autocockers are not trademarked at all, which is why any company can make an autococker, and why you can drill your own blocks and sell them, you know, without any licensing from anyone. Because when paintball was starting, I guess no one was thinking about that.
Shout out,
no one ever copyrighted it.
Bob Orr, right?
Yeah.
Brando.
So
our early '90s paintball historian, Brandon.
Yeah. That's something that I'd love to do. So,
do you know Brandon's story,
Dope.
Owen? Do you know where he comes from? No, you don't have to give it a being. But no, I mean, you know, his dad was using autocockers back in the day. He was a member of the original Ironmen, and so awesome. Like stuff like that would be sick. You know, because it brings it from like. You know, if you use this in real life, it would kind of suck a little bit. But now it's just, you know, it's a thing you see in game, and it kind of brings that nostalgia up to date a little bit. Like,
and it showcases kind of all the weird, different stuff that paintball has to offer. It's not all just these super sleek tournament guns. There's kind of like this old stuff that has like a quirky quality to it. That's
like this motherfucker right here, like this STO.
What is that?
That's sick.
Is that a noob tube on the front? What is that?
No, it's a three-way valve. We talked about this before. God, you listen to nothing on this show. What the fuck, my guy? Dude. We've done 80 episodes.
What is that?
That's where you put the extra paint.
What is that?
No way.
Yeah.
Damn.
God damn it, Ash. Do you seriously record any information from these episodes?
I try, but when it's right in front of me and you point to a part, I still don't know what it's called.
We've talked about that autococker in specific multiple times on this episode.
Dude, I don't know anything about the guns. I just shoot them, dude. I'm telling you.
That's actually
he doesn't even clean them. Yeah.
No, he doesn't. His CS2 has been running in the dirt for a long time.
I have other people watch it for me.
Yeah. PE techs clean it for you.
No.
Dude, you're not even pro. You can't be doing that shit. Come on, bro. You're only semi-pro. Come on.
I try. Oh, I almost slipped and said the double semi, but I wasn't going to.
But you're now a semi-pro team.
I'm trying, dude. But one thing that I was curious about, Owen, is you said you were played on and off. Like what? So tell me about your paintball playing experience and all that.
Yeah. So when I was, I think like 12 or 13, obviously like birthday party stuff. Me and my friends in 8th grade. We had this series in Georgia called the GFOA, which was the Georgia Field Owners Association, and it was like this little 5-man old school like round robin 5-man series in 2012, and all like 8 of us 13-year-olds joined D5 and played that year, and we got last place at every event. There was no D6, there was no like any 3-man or anything like that, and it was 13.3 balls per second. Okay. So we were just getting roasted, and a lot of my friends quit like within a couple of years of like our first couple of years kind of getting beat up on, and then I just like kept playing. And from 2012 to I think 2016 I played for different teams in the Georgia area, and then in 2015 we won the NXL World Cup 2015 in D4 5-man.
Dude, fellow World Cup winners, brother.
Yeah, it's the only tournament win that I have, and I was like 17.
That's the only one you need.
25, and I'm 25 now. But so I took a long break in like college, and then I came back, played one season of D3 in like 2018, 2019 for Nitro Army, and like we did some MVPS, I think. Okay. And then I hadn't played for years, and I just had the itch, like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, bought another gun, and my brother and my dad had never played. They had watched me play for years, and I got them into it, and now we have our own little D5 team, and I'm the D4 player, and then my dad is D6, my brother is D6. 2 of my high school best friends from the original 13-year-old team just came back after 12 years, and they're D5 and so we're playing D5 in the North Georgia X-Ball League this year, starting in April, which is very exciting.
What's the team name?
Thunder Valley Paintball.
Thunder Valley Paintball,
which is named after the defunct field that I first played at when I was 12.
Shout
it
out
doesn't
Thunder
exist
Valley
anymore,
Casino, bro. God damn, that's it's about
what I was
4 miles
thinking
from my
about,
house. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
I looked up the name to see if it was taken. I was like, oh man, yeah, well, whatever. It's not close enough. I'll do it.
Dude, that is amazing, dude. Fellow World Cup winners, dude. Let's fucking go.
You guys are now bonded in blood.
D4 forever, baby. I've been like bouncing around.
Hatches was D3, all right? Don't let him trick you. It wasn't much higher.
No, you're good. Basically, means nothing in the real world.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing though. That was like probably like the most fun day of my life. So yeah, but I think that's one of the reasons why I can't ever like fully quit. I have to keep coming back. Just the chance of maybe doing that again, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're chasing that dragon for the rest of your life. That's a high you'll never feel again.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Dude.
So sick. So that kind of, that's your background. So you're, when Ethan's like, hey, build a paintball bunker, you're like, all right, I might be able to figure this out. I've seen a couple of those before.
I have 4 or 5 bunkers in my parents' backyard that we got from the field owner that we used to drill and stuff. So I was able to take like a lot of up close pictures and to get like the materials right. So
nice.
I have access to and I'm pretty close to a few different fields. So I have access to like I took a lot of photos, and I've just been around the bunkers forever.
Well, and speaking of kind of stuff like that that other people may not think about. Something Ethan's done a great job of is getting actual sounds into the game as well. Like, you know, little ones like the pod reload. It sounds so nice. It's so tactile because you're like, oh yeah, that's actually paintballs going into a hopper. All right. Like, and it's not some recreation of this sound. It's literally just someone doing that.
Yeah, it sounds perfect for an empty loader for sure.
Yeah, like literally just, I was just gonna say, like, that sound is me dumping a pod into my hopper. Like, I went in my closet, so I had good sound and recorded it. Yeah.
Nice,
Jumped in the stew real quick, laid down some tracks.
The most unprofessional thing ever.
Fuck yeah, drop some fire in the booth. But that's why some of those sounds are just they sound real, and that kind of adds to that simulation type, you know, gameplay that you were talking about earlier. That's kind of the feel of the game. It feels like, hey, you know, I'm on the back line right now trying to survive.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Or if you're Hatch, you're on
what were you gonna say?
50. What?
Brando looked like he was gonna say something.
Yeah. I thought about when you're reloading. Does that, while you're reloading, at second or two, does that increase your hitbox at all? So that like your pod can get hit just like no? Oh.
No.
Why are you asking questions like this, Brandon?
I've shot so many.
It just crossed my mind real quick. Crossed my mind, yeah, because I get shot in the pod and I eat that bitch. But
it doesn't count in real life, so why would it count in the game? You know?
Yeah. I just want to know.
How many clips you've seen of a guy just getting rid of it? You know, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess
gotta add a pod throw mechanic.
Oh, dude, the pod throw.
Yeah, and then eventually, can we get a white mechanic so I can just stay alive forever if I just get the right quick time event?
The old school Greg Hastings.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah.
I don't need people screaming at me in the DMs.
No. Yeah.
Or just give my client, like, it doesn't wipe, like it just does it automatically, so I never get a penalty. That would be amazing. Just see how upset kids could get. Yeah, just I shot him 48 times. He never got out.
God mode, basically.
Essentially, yeah. At that point, you're just running down.
Dude, I need the personal wiper while I'm playing in real life, dude, so I can, you know. No, 0 penalties for me, man. That's the goal for 2024.
It's gonna get broken first game.
You know what? Let's see how long it takes.
Overshooting.
Okay.
Let's see how long it takes.
All right. I'll give you over under at Vegas. So 2 games because you play 4 preloading games. Do you think it's gonna be over or under those 2 games?
Me?
Yeah.
I think it's. I'm gonna try my best not to get one for the whole first event.
Okay, so he's saying under or over, I guess, because
we're talking majors, right? We're talking majors.
Penalties in general, minors or majors.
Penalties in general. I might get a minor for a pack hit. That so be it.
Okay, he's taking it back now. He knows that it's not gonna count. All right, but Brandon, what do you say? Over under 2 games? Does he get a penalty over or under 2 games?
Under 2 games.
I'm going under 2. He's gonna get one first day. 100%.
I thought you were my teammate, bro.
I love you. Hey, I predict you're gonna get warned the first game about some overshooting or some shit, you know, targeting, and then later in that game or the same field, the same ref's gonna throw a penalty.
And I think it's gonna be a ref from out of the state. It's gonna be a non-American ref. They're not gonna speak English great, but they're definitely gonna call a penalty on Hatch because that always happens.
Why, dude? I get so freaked out because I forgot what game it was. I think it was against GG Factory, where, no joke, I got a minor penalty for not tagging up. And I was like, dude, like, why didn't they just pull me if I didn't tag up, right? And then we watched the footage and I was tagged up. And it's like, what the fuck does that ref?
I remember that. That one was weird as fuck.
Me or something?
Yeah.
I do not understand. But, 2024 is going to look completely different.
That's the attitude. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm coming for that high. I gotta try to get another World Cup win under my belt, bro. I need it, but we just gotta start with wins in general. That's the first goal. Yeah.
Simple first W on the board. That's how it all starts in Vegas. Game 1, get a W, and then go from there.
Exactly.
Something not as serious as first event of the year. When can I play Infinite Paintball on the Apple Vision Pro? That's my question. How long until that? How long until I could walk around the streets of freaking, I don't know, some insert city name here, just pinching and zooming my way down the field? Is that possible at all? Is that ever going to happen?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Probably not.
Fuck. All right. I mean, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on it? Obviously, that's why I'm bringing it up. The Apple Vision Pro.
I don't know. I barely looked into it. I've seen a few videos on it. It looks pretty sick. And the things that you're able to do with it, like a dude working on his car with YouTube pulled up right next to him. That's stuff like that. That's awesome.
That's pretty useful. That's pretty useful.
It's one of those things that's so hard for me because on one hand, when you use it, like being the person in the thing, it seems pretty sick. Let's be real. Like you can have like, because the way the spatial system works, like you can pin shit to different areas. So it's like, hey, my music is now always in this corner, even if I go to the kitchen, when I come back, my music's still right where I left it. And it's like, that's probably pretty sick. But then you see any footage of people outside of the mask, and you're like,
look at this fucking nerd.
We're all fucking gonna die. Like, it's the end. It's over. This is.
Have you seen the eyes?
Way it looks? Yeah, it's
how
like blue.
It shows their eyes. It shows your eyes
it's like
on the
blurry
screen
ass
on the
eyes.
outside, but it's not actually like clear. So it's not actually the eyes. It's a picture it's taking of your eyes. It's like streaming your eyes to the front.
Yeah, it's a screen on the outside. It's an OLED screen, so it's not like passing through. It's the thing that kind of scares me is I've already seen multiple videos of people driving with these on, which
I've seen that too. They're like,
fuck.
They're doing like autopilot on their Tesla while just fucking pitching shit.
You get a virus and you just have a big pop up right in front of you as you're driving.
Oh my god!
Like,
that's possible, dude. Oh my god!
Definitely.
Ransomware. Pay $10,000 if you want to see
old
again.
School 2004 pop-ups when you'd go to a website and all of a sudden you're just like, Mom, no, I didn't bring that up. The website did it, Mom. Oh god, it's porn.
Yeah.
It's porn. That's what the ads were. Do you guys not remember that? No. Okay, just me.
Right, local milfs near
Could
me,
you just
bro. Local
bomb
milfs
someone's
near me.
screen with that? Like hack into their mainframe for their Apple Vision and just absolutely destroy them.
Damn, dude, that's like iPad Kid to the max.
It essentially is. It's the next evolution of that. It's having screens all the time.
Like when I see like little like 6-year-olds like using VR and shit, I'm like, oh my god, it's happening.
Dude, I've never used VR. That's my one like I'm an old person statement because I never have.
I played a couple games on VR. Like one of my favorites is Pavlov, where it's like a shooter. That one's hella fun.
I'm not opposed to it. Like I don't hate it, but it's just like I've never had a chance.
It's so much like mechanicals. Exactly. And the thing is, right, I can only do it for maybe like 30 minutes at a time. Where it like the focus on my eyes, it's like it's just annihilating my corneas or something. I don't know what it does, but
that's how I don't understand how people are driving with these on, bro. Because like the pass-through camera, it's probably really good, but there's still probably a little bit of a delay, and it's like you're driving. How are you not getting fat motion sickness as your like body is moving? And it's oh god, that sounds miserable.
Not a fan of that stuff.
The funniest thing to me right now with the design of the headset is how the battery pack rests on like your belt, so you have this wire that comes down from. It makes it look so much dorkier. Like the headset itself looks bad, but then you add the like cord down to your pocket, which has the actual like battery pack in it. It looks hilarious.
I bet the next version of the Apple Vision is going to be absolutely zonkers.
Do you know what the next version is? It's just Neuralink. It's just Elon Musk's product. We're just going in. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Put the screen in your head.
Imagine getting a virus in Neuralink.
That's kind of what I was talking about.
Dude, can't even access your brain. Oh my god.
Starts making you do Fortnite dances.
I am dead, dude. That is so funny.
It takes over your like motor control. All of a sudden you're making kids take the L in like random Safeway lines.
God, Safeway lines.
Just out of nowhere hitting the gritty.
At the grocery store. There you go. Yeah. Bada bing.
Dude, wait, whoa, are we gonna get the gritty in Infinite one day?
Oh my! I always joke about adding emotes and dances and stuff that I might have to one day. Just to, I
think eventually. I would say maybe not prioritize it, but that would be I'd be lying if it wouldn't be fun to go and fucking gritty on someone as I'm going to hit the buzzer. Like that would be kind of funny.
Dude, my email right now is after I bunker out the whole team, I go to their start gate and just paint the L on their start gate. That is like the most insulting thing to do in Infinite for sure.
I try to be respectful with the L's. It's only if you get 5-0'd. Like only if we fuck you up, or if it's like a down body situation. Like if I bring back a 1v4 or something, you're getting an L. But not all the time.
If we're losing 1-5, I'll still type the L, then we'll leave. No, I'm just kidding.
You're just toxic, Ash.
Man, voice chat's on the horizon, and I'm ready for
wait,
for
where we can talk to the other team.
Yeah. Oh, not to the other team though.
Oh, okay.
Well, so the way it's gonna work is you'll hear your own team, and then once you're dead, you'll go silent, and then in between rounds, you'll be able to talk to everybody.
Okay.
Okay, so we will get a little COD lobby chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's fucking go,
so
dude.
I can call people racial slurs. Let's go. Yes, let's do it. I love it.
I didn't say that.
Oh shit. Okay, my bad. Sorry, I just I heard Call of Duty lobbies, and that's what came to mind instantly.
Hell yeah.
But all right, it's sick.
Flashbacks.
Got some type of VoIP on the way. It's kind of cool. People have been asking about that for a while, so I'm guessing that's on like the year roadmap kind of that you were talking about earlier.
No, it was almost gonna make it into this update that's about to come out. But
okay.
Damn, that's pretty soon then.
Yeah, working through some small issues. The biggest issue is just making sure that the team chat's working correctly all the time. You know, that way nobody's stuck on the wrong. Yeah, exactly. It's that's been a big pain to set up because there's next to no support for team chat on Unreal. Like if you go into dev forums and try to search up how to even set it up, there's just nothing on it. Like it's easy enough to add just a voice chat where everybody can hear you, but adding like different chat channels.
I think that would be funny too if there was, I mean, probably not as possible, but mid-round VoIP, so like I could yell at the dude on the other side of the field. I think that would be hilarious. Have Tarkov like moments where you're like in a gunfight and all of a sudden you're like, so what's going on, bro? Like, how are you doing today? Like, I don't know. That'd be funny when you're matched up with the dude and the snake. You could have a conversation.
Well, like something that was suggested a lot, and I actually had the idea to do this a while ago, but just after more contemplating, I don't know if it's a great idea, but like a proximity chat was a big thing that I had in mind, and I feel like that'd be kind of cool because like in paintball, you're trying to relay information back and forth down the field, it'd add more to the immersion, but people just picking the game up they're not going to know that. So it might.
Well, and it kind of turns it into like Lethal Company a bit, where it's like I tell something to Hatch, and then Hatch has to tell that to Owen, who has to tell that to Brandon, and it's like that is kind of that's realistic. It's it's real, but is that, I don't know, is that fun for a game? Like it's finding those balance points too.
I feel like it'll definitely take some of the fun away, but you never know. It could be something we experiment with.
You're talking proximity chat with everyone on your team, and I pictured
everybody.
When you said proximity chat, I just thought like what I pictured was proximity with the people on the other team, but like you could still talk with your teammates. So like when you got closer to them, like maybe one bunker away or so, then you'd hear them and they could hear you. That's what I pictured in my mind really quick, and like that. I mean, during a game, there's times where I'm a bunker or two away, but I could hear them talk, and it's like I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna hear what they're talking about, and then make a move off of that.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like that's what the original plan was. I mean, you kind of just described it again, Brandon.
I like that. Oh, yeah, okay, that's what I was talking. And then you guys went down the rabbit hole of like your own teammates.
I got you. I was just like, okay, like,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. No, and I think that is a cool idea, and I think there may be a place for that. But if Timmy downloads Infinite Paintball and just jumps in for his first point, it'd be a little more helpful if he could actually hear his teammates and not just be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, it's hard to figure things out like that as a solo programmer, having to figure out I'm gonna fuck up and make bad decisions sometimes.
The funniest one to me is because I remember saying this in the Infinite Discord early into 8's life cycle, when the game first came out, everyone wanted the guns to be stuck to the box to start the point. And I remember instantly thinking, like, you think that's going to be fun, but you don't want that. That's not actually what you want. Virtua came out and did that, and one of the chief complaints about their game so far has been their box system and how it kind of locks you on, and it makes it so it's, you know, it could be clunky. You can figure it out and it can work well as a mechanic, but at the same time, it's just more things you have to learn. So to me, it was kind of funny to see that, like, oh yeah, I kind of had a thought, like, it's you know, things that may sound good and may sound like, yeah, that's realistic, that's how it would be in real life, don't always translate into like a fun game mechanic.
Yeah, and like the idea behind that too is like, you know, you're not gonna get stuck in a random spot, nor are you gonna, you know, have like, you know, say you're playing with your buddies and you're trying to work out a play. If you want to double up on one side or even triple up, you know, you place yourself where you need to. Yeah, and you just gotta be in that general area.
And it forces you to kind of shoot around your teammates a little bit, just how you have to do in paintball. So if you are going to stack up hard on one side, well, then maybe there will be a guy who's going to run in front of you. You know what I mean? And you have to consider that. And anything that like adds to the skill gap while still balancing like that fine line between good as a video game and actually representative of like competitive paintball is what we're kind of trying to go for.
Yeah, and it is a fine line, like you said. I think that's you know, the point I was trying to bring up is it's, you know, everything that may sound good at first thought, once you play it, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, no, we don't like that. And I think, you know, one of the ones publicly that we've seen with Infinite was, you know, the speed settings. I know they were brought down for an update, and a lot of people were like, hey, this ain't it, Chief. Like, this wasn't what we liked about the game at first, and you know, it got reverted back, but. You know, shout out to Ethan there, because he heard the players' feedback and was like, all right, that's not okay. They didn't like that. So let's take a step back, figure out what they liked, and then, you know, keep moving on from there. And I respect that.
They didn't give me a choice but to revert it. I was trying to give you props. God damn it, Ethan. I was setting it in a good light. No, it wouldn't have taken too much. Like, especially when the right people reach out. Like, for example, Ronnie Dizon, he was one of the ones that reached out. He was like, hey, you know, this just, you know, it isn't it. I liked it the way it was before, you know, and, you know, his input carries a lot of weight. So does your guys', you know, but then, you know, of course, they got the mass majority to listen to as well, you know, and, you know, making the game for the people. Yeah. And
I was going to say, like, you know, me and Ronnie, we've talked about the game a lot. We just like it. Like, we just like playing paintball video games. We both like video games. We like first-person shooters, and we both happen to like paintball. And now there's a game that's a first-person shooter for paintball, and that's sick. And so it's, you know, it's funny when he was on the show. You know, you can go back and look at that episode if you haven't already. You know, we talk about this obviously as well as some other stuff, but it's just something that it connects with people, because, you know, if you grew up gaming but you also grew up loving the sport, it's cool to see, oh, like, you know, I remember playing MPPL 09. Like, that was the last time that I played a paintball video game. So it's cool that there actually is a up-to-date modern version, you know, today.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there was no game when I first got into paintball. That was even around the caliber, you know, that was like, all of it was super old, right? 09, right? That was what we established. That was like the old.
Yeah, 2010 was the last. Was the last Greg Hastings. I think Greg Hastings 2 was 2010.
So it's like, I mean, I got into the game in like 2014, so it's like I didn't even get to really experience, you know, that kind of connection between gaming and paintball. So I think it's super awesome how it is now. It's so available on just Steam. You know, anybody can get Steam and download it. You know, so super nice.
Yeah, there's no restrictions, and I mean, seriously, like, even if you're out there and you're like, oh, I have an old laptop, it'll play Infinite. Like, Infinite is not, it doesn't, I mean, Brandon, you've played Infinite on your laptop, and it's the only game you can play.
Yep, that and Minecraft, that's about it.
Minecraft, baby! Love me some Minecraft.
But, you know, that's kind of a testament to what Ethan's built. Like, hey, if you're listening out there right now, and maybe you don't, you know, play computers, like, you know, that's not your main setup, but if you want to check out Infinite, you can, and it's going to work, and you'll be able to jump on a field and, you know, test it out. Maybe if, you know, a layout drop or something comes out. I know you did a couple of the NXL ones last year. Is that something you wanted to continue doing this year?
Oh yeah, definitely want to stay on top of the NXL layouts at the very least. You know, I know we got the MVPS layout that just dropped. and we're a little behind on releasing that one because this update was supposed to be pretty much ready to go by then. So that's just on my part. But NXL, I'm definitely going to be more on top of that as it's going to cater to a much wider audience.
Yeah, and
like
it definitely, and I mean, me as well. Even though I don't play, it's kind of helpful to at least like, okay, how does this field flow? Like, see 5 people versus 5 people on it. You know, it's
and
some
you can see the
type
angles.
Well,
See the angles for what you want to record from.
That's part of it, but it's just like how you know, are people gonna win on the Dorito side? Are people gonna lose on the Dorito side? Like, it's those little things too of like, you know, is it worth my time to, you know, go over there, or should I spend more time over here? Like, it's the little stuff that you can pick up, and it definitely it's a good tool. It's you know, I mean, I can't talk well enough about it. I've talked about it for months now, but it's you know, something I love and enjoy. And yeah, and even though Brando, I mean, he never talks about games with us. He's not really a gamer, but he's got in there and he's had fun. We've had nights Brando. With him and, you know, the other guys getting in and, you know, having a blast. It's paintball, but it's something you can do anywhere, and you don't have to spend $60 for a case of paint. In fact, that's my favorite part. I shoot so much goddamn paint in Infinite because it's amazing. It doesn't cost you anything. It costs you $15, the price of the game. It's on sale right now too, right? Or did that just end?
The sale just ended.
Fuck, my bad. All right, bad marketing. But yeah, I mean, $15. It's, come on, guys, it's not that expensive. Like, I mean, how many people have bought games for $60 and then spent 4 hours on it, realized they can't Steam refund it, and now it's just sitting in their account? You know, like, that happens a lot.
A lot of the times, and it's one of those games where you can always come back to it, right? Like with your friends, be like, dude, you guys want to go play some virtual paintball? Right?
Oh, for sure.
Hell yeah.
That's the only way I get to play paintball with AK anymore, because that dude retired pretty much.
Dude, that was a great.
Left the podcast, left the industry.
Dude.
Fucking hate that dude.
Me too.
God, I miss your little sweet cheeks, AK. So another thing in real life that I wanted to get to tonight, because it is kind of tragic and I feel like we should touch on it.
Oh God.
Hey, so Hatch, remember when I told you a couple weeks ago to go look up a song by a certain artist?
It's on my playlist.
Well, I'm glad you did that, but we may have killed that artist. Toby Keith died today. So rest in peace. The song I told you to look up, Should Have Been a Cowboy. That's a banger by him, but I mean, he has...
He was the guy who made the
hit after
Red,
hit.
White, and Blue. He's the one who made that song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
brought
man,
to you courtesy.
God damn it, dude.
That's a great one. But, you know, freaking so many amazing ones. The Taliban song, that's another great one about just America and just fuck yeah. But
fucking
also he has such party bangers as Red Solo Cup. So I don't know if you guys ever heard that song, but that's another amazing song by the guy, the wonder Toby Keith. Red Solo Cup, I Fill You Up. Proceed to party. And so, I mean, you know, rest in peace to a legend today. But the, you know, the kind of the more personal, actual real side is Toby Keith was a huge artist that my grandfather listened to all the time. So when we were, you know, up there spending time with them, we always hear him on the radio or, you know, the local country station. So yeah, definitely, you know, one of those things that it happens, but sad day, and definitely want to do it. He
wasn't even that old.
Give him a shout out. Cancer will do that. It tends to happen. But
that fucking sucks.
But yeah, the Taliban got him. They got one today. And,
God damn it.
We got to go.
God
get him back. I don't know. Like, I don't know where that metaphor was going. He did not have a landing zone.
You're right, Ryan. We got to fucking get him back for what they did to Toby Keith.
We got to take it back. We got to get a blunderbuss. Right, we got to take it back.
We got to fucking invade again. No, I'm just kidding.
Round 3. Let's go. Golf War 3 in this bitch.
Yep. But, oh man,
Jesus
dude.
Christ. I really thought you said the Taliban song. I typed it in. I thought it was going to be something else, but no, it's really called the Taliban song.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm trying to think of lyrics right now.
That's crazy.
God damn. Yeah, because there's some good lines in that song. But yeah, I mean, that was a lot of his music. It was country music. But, you know, it was sad when I saw that say. I was like, oh, rest in peace. I'm cute. Oh, and you listen to country music at all? What music you listen to?
I listen to a lot of different stuff, EDM, rock, rap,
trap.
kind of whatever.
Yeah. Trap down there in the dirty ATL.
I mean, yeah, you have to. I mean, like you can, dude. Everyone in Atlanta listens to music, listens to their own genre of music, and also Future. Like you don't. There's no like you can't like.
And also Future.
Yeah, dude. I've got like some chill indie rock and then Future on all my playlists, and that's just part of being from Atlanta. But yeah, I mean, I listened to a bunch of different stuff. My granddad was a musician too, and he like did like Johnny Cash and old school country. So, and I've heard a bunch of I like some country music. There's no genre that I like just don't like outright.
Nice. I respect that.
But I saw today on I-7. The only way I found out today about Toby Keith was I was on I-75 on the interstate, and instantly, I mean, like this afternoon in Atlanta, there was like already a billboard up that said "R.I.P. Toby Keith." I was like, I don't even know how that. No, dude, I literally was like, I don't even. And then I looked at my phone and the news had like just came out, and I was like, how did they? I mean, like that. It's a little concerning.
It was a conspiracy.
I was like, that's
must have been planning for it.
Before I even saw it on my phone. Yeah.
What I'm hearing is that it's now a plan set up, and Toby Keith was murdered as a part of a bigger government conspiracy. So we confirmed that here on From the Sidelines. So thank you for tuning in, and
there we go.
Toby Keith, never forget. I don't know.
We're never wrong.
The salute, Brandon, that seals it. I love that. Video listeners, go check in, because you don't speak during this episode. You just kind of sit down there.
You signal.
I gesture. Yeah.
You emote.
What's on your mind, buddy? What's on your mind? You've been sitting here for an hour and a half saying absolutely nothing.
Whoa,
come on, Brando.
I said like 3 words.
That's good enough for me, actually.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. No, Toby Keith. Whatever. I don't know.
Damn, hit us with the whatever. Holy
American
shit.
icon, bro. American hero.
Damn. Whatever.
I thought we were going to bring up Carl Weathers more than Toby Keith, but
fuck Apollo.
Toby Keith's better. Yeah. Toby Keith's better.
I don't know about that one. I like
I don't know.
Mr.
I never saw Toby Keith go up against a Predator, so
Very true.
Yeah, but Toby Keith did,
Did Toby Keith spar with Rocky? I don't think so.
No,
that's a very valid point, Brando.
He didn't do that, but he did reunite America during our darkest period in most recent history. So
that is very true.
Never
Honestly,
forget, ladies and gentlemen.
He's lucky. He's lucky Rocky wasn't made after 9/11. He's lucky. But, it is what it is.
Okay. That one took me a second to get to. I didn't fully get the wires there on that.
Toby Keith, bro, after 9/11, bro, he united the whole nation, bro.
He did. That's true. 100%.
His music was so good.
Yeah,
he went to Iraq. You're definitely right. Toby Keith, bro. 2024.
Hey, this one's for you, Toby. I know this monster hard seltzer is for you, Toby, because you would definitely approve of someone drinking that.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Aren't you glad you came on the show, Ethan? Didn't you remember what you signed up for with this piece of shit that we call a podcast? Oh god, it's amazing. We're somehow 80 episodes in, and I don't know how, but yeah, Toby Keith. That was one of the things I wanted to bring up tonight. Rest in peace, man. I mean, it is kind of a funny topic, but at the same time, I did appreciate your music and I liked it when you were here. So, hey, should have been a cowboy. Appreciate you. The other thing I wanted to bring up, kind of going back to the paintball topics. Have you guys checked out paintball stats at all? Have you guys seen anything going on with that Instagram?
Yeah, that's cool. I really like it.
The KD.
Let's discuss. Cool. Let's talk about it. Let's. Brandon has something to say here.
Next topic.
Fuck! God damn it! No, I need more. Brandon, I need 30 seconds at least on paintball stats.
All right. So, the first one the first 1 or 2 that he put out, or they put out, I don't quite know who runs it, but it was cool. It was cool. They didn't have all that information, like off the break stuff and all the percentages of wins and stuff, but then later on, every pro player that they're doing, they're showing how many points they played, how many bunkers they played off the break, win percentages when they like survival rate,
percentage
and everything.
Of the time that their gun was up off the break, first run into a spot. Like they've been getting a lot of really good like detailed statistics.
That is insane. I'm reading some of it right now.
So Hatch didn't know about this. That makes me happy to hear, because this is my point in this is go check it out. It's paintball _stats. So paintball _stats on Instagram. But don't get me, I don't want to put
When are
anything
they
out
gonna
here.
post the shitters? I want to see some. I want to see some low KDs.
Shut the fuck up for a second. I think this is the thing that Marcelo and Tyler and Quinn announced a couple years ago, been trying to work on. I believe this is underneath that umbrella. If it's not, shout out to whoever's doing it. I think it's that group of guys, but whoever's running that page, that's awesome. They're going through and they're breaking down games after the fact, so they're watching all the footage that they can, and then just manually pulling stats from that, which is not easy to do and is a very time consuming process. So fucking shout out. But it's sick because now we actually kind of have something to a little more concretely point at of like, dude, Jacob Edwards is good because he made it to his bunker 100% off the time off the break. And, this team won 76.6% of the times that he made it to that bunker and had 2 pods left remaining with 2 minutes. Like, you can start to get into crazy baseball stats like that where it's, super broken down. But it definitely it gives us something extra, something that we haven't had for a few years since like the Paintball Access era. Where they had some, the win stat, the kill stat, the couple other ones that they had back then.
Yeah, back when they paid people to actually like stand up in the towers and watch specific players. It's like
I remember seeing that at the 2017 event when I went to the World Cup and did the video on DMG back then. I remember seeing that, but that was, since COVID, I haven't seen any stat dudes or anything kind of on the field getting numbers, which. It's more people you have to pay money, and it's a pandemic and no one had money, so I get it. But let's bring it back and shout out to the people who are, because it's sick. They're doing breakdowns of players versus other players. They did a funny one today that was Greenspan versus Spica for the Spick and Span show. So yeah, I like what they're doing over there.
I like the percentage of team played points, so you can really tell like who's like a rock for that team, like who's playing every single point, who's really contributing.
With the points played, a lot less than I thought.
Like, I saw one was like 26, and I was like, "Damn, not as
that's
much."
That's it. Yeah.
Well, it depends because like the Spica and the Greenspan one, it was 18 points played, but that was just prelims.
Just prelims. Yeah.
So like there's more points they played. So like some of them are just a smaller sample size, like just their first couple games or something.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, so you got to kind of read all the asterisks on each of the pages, but no, it's an interesting thing. It's something I definitely wanted to bring kind of some attention to here on the show. But yeah, go check it out. It's a really cool Instagram to check, and definitely something we'll probably be starting to use from time to time to point out like, oh, this guy's better because he killed a player 44.4% of the time off the break, and the goat statistics because the best players only do it 33.3% of the time, and it just allows us to have conversations like that, which make everyone happy.
Shut up, nerd. Jesus.
I'm glad someone did it. God, that's what I was trying to bait out. God,
do you think people are gonna be like chasing stats now in real life, just like they would in video games, just because of that?
Well, because it's the pro division, no. Does that make sense? Like, yes, there's probably circumstances where it may happen, but at the same time, none of those dudes want to like go and try to get a 5-pack and then get sacked the rest of the event because they fucked up. Like they'd rather just win the point, and if they get one extra, they're gonna go for that.
If it's 5-on-1, they are definitely trying to stat stuff, trying to get that last kill.
Like stuff like that may happen, but I don't think you'll see anything where it's like, okay, well, I haven't gone to the snake yet in this tournament, so I'm going to go there so I at least get that one on the board so I can say I went to the snake. Like, I don't think we'll see stuff like that. No.
Oh, yeah. Actually, could be like, well, it only went 19.3% of the time.
God. Hey, all right. So if they start keeping track of how many people you bunkered, are you stat stuffing? Are you
for sure
going for that?
Yeah,
for sure.
But that's semi-pro. Yeah. You guys don't count.
No. Say when we make it to pro, like, and if they start tracking that,
year? You mean the year when you're gonna skip an event to get married, you little pussy boy?
Well, the team when the team
I gotta put Brando on my shoulders for that event. I gotta put him in my shoulders and in my heart.
Camera with that fist bump. There was some anger in that one. God damn.
Why can't they just move in NXL? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, come on. For one guy.
That's the more likely thing that's gonna happen.
Dude.
And we know an owner. I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
That is true.
You chose to get married at the worst possible time. That's all I gotta say.
I have the date first.
Could not be me.
But yeah, so paintball stats, that was my segment on that. Anyone else have any other, kind of topics on that? I know, Ethan, do you stats in Infinite? That one might be kind of cool. I know we have like the beginnings of it. We have an actual kill and like death counter that actually works really well now. Is there, maybe a chance we could see any sort of career stats or progression like that in the future?
Yeah, you'll be able to see your stats once we drop that update with the progression and everything. We're gonna get all the numbers laid out for everybody. That way, give everybody just that extra thing to chase as well. I know a lot of people like to grind Call of Duty to get their stats up.
Yeah, if I have any no one on my team has below a 7 KD. If you have below a 7, you're kicked. I don't want you. I don't need you. This is wins redemption style. I will kick you from my friends list and never play with you again.
Yeah, people are gonna go crazy over that. That's definitely gonna be coming up pretty soon. It's gonna. I think for 1.5 is when we're gonna be able to see that. Which the next update that's about to come out will be 1.4, which will probably be out by the time this podcast goes up.
Fuck yeah! All right, well, yeah. So go check it out. Our release schedule. It's usually we record these about a week behind if you're seeing it on the public feed. But so all of our Patreon members, it's not out just yet, but everyone else, go check it out, see what the update holds for you. I got a
question. It's good.
Okay.
So how far are you guys like willing to go with like cosmetics? Am I going to get like a couple years down the line? Am I about to get like some flaming recon, anything like that?
The two Halo nerds get it.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
we'll see how bored we get once we finish the game and it's more complete. Maybe we'll start adding some funny stuff in.
Gotcha. Hell yeah.
I definitely want to add some like more unrealistic game modes. Just for the fun aspect of it.
That'd be fun as fuck.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Damn.
Just running around the map trying not to get shot by all these
fuckers. Holy shit.
That
would be insane.
Yeah, when we do that, we'll keep it separate from the, realistic simulator style gameplay.
It'd be its own game mode.
No, that should be in the same playlist. So you have to every now and then you get a grip ball game. We're not playing paintball anymore. Like if you're not ready for it.
What'd be funny?
Hey, that's how Halo Infinite did it. They're like, we don't care if you like oddball or not. You're gonna have to play it.
But that's not great game design, as we've learned.
You should do like an April Fool's prank where when you dive, you slide
everyone
like
gets to be
50
Shrek.
times farther.
I said this earlier. I really think that everyone needs to be Shrek during an April Fool's prank. That'd be amazing.
The hard part is getting Shrek. That's the hard part.
It doesn't have to be Shrek. It can be a green man close to Shrek, and then we all get
Shrek
that.
With
that's
Shrek.
Like that's
it's Shrek with the
Shrek with a C. I'm dead. That would be amazing.
It's actually just Dave Baines. So that's what you named the character model.
Oh shit! Okay, just a green Dave
Beast
Baines.
Man. Yeah, it's the Beast Man.
Damn.
Why
it's like
you
can pass it off as pass it off as like the Hulk. You can pass it off as anything you want.
Yeah, there you go. See, this is creative licensing. That's what we're finding out here.
Damn, that'd be sick, dude. Flaming Recon, the future.
Future.
Couple years. Don't hold your breath for that, kids.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm waiting for it.
God damn it, Hatch. You're just everything you're not supposed to do.
One day.
Let's go. I mean, another kind of big national event thing, the Super Bowl. It's going on this weekend. You guys football fans at all? You pay attention to that at all?
Hell yeah.
Really?
I mean, don't all talk at once, everyone.
Yeah, I'm not a big football, yeah.
No? Okay. Ethan, I'm guessing not.
I don't give two fucking shits about the Super Bowl straight up.
God damn it. All right, boys. Shit.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
The field is closing early Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm like, bro, we're a fucking paintball fucking place, not a football fucking place.
So Hatch, you know what's funny about that is you're on a weekly podcast, and sometimes it's just good to talk about it because it's an event that a lot of people will care about that maybe aren't you, but people will be listening to this who care about it.
Playing in the background because I'm just curious on the fucking commercials. I gotta see them.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, that's
Movie
wow. You guys
trailers.
really took the wind out of my sails with this shit. Thanks for the yes and goddamn. But I was just gonna bring up how I think Chiefs probably gonna win, and the main reason is literally just because of the media show. I have a feeling that if
I grew up as a 49ers fan, so
well, yeah, I want the Niners to win. I'm here in the West Coast. I want the Niners to win. I think that the Chiefs are gonna win though, because any close call is gonna go their way. I already kind of feel that because of the whole Taylor Swift and Kelsey and the media and all that shit thing. So yeah, I mean that's where my money's going. I guess this segment will end now because no one else on this call wants to talk about football.
Wait, whoa.
All right.
What me to
This is
say?
me and you.
Cheers.
Ryan, this is me and you.
I love you. Okay, Brandon, what's
What
up?
me to say?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brando.
Yeah. You don't care about football, Patch.
Shut the fuck up, Patch.
Whoa. So hostile.
Dude, I had a bet with Michelle. She wanted to go snowboarding, and she doesn't watch football, and I'm on my phone every Sunday, watching the Nighter game. On the way home after practice on Sundays, usually they have late afternoon games. Boom, it's right there on my dash as I'm driving home. Don't do that,
PKA
kids.
on the way there.
Yeah,
Football on the way back.
Yep, exactly. But
This is
we had a
why I
bet.
get you, Brandon. This is why we're best friends. I love you, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. We had a bet though, 'cause she wanted to go snowboarding. She's like, "Hey, can we go snowboarding? Maybe it's Super Bowl Sunday." She just chose that date. I'm like, that's the date of the Super Bowl. She goes, we want to go. I want to go. I'm like, all right, here. If for some reason if the Niners lose in the NFC Championship, yeah, we could go. But if they win, we're not fucking going snowboarding. We're watching the goddamn Super Bowl. So they won, and we're not going snowboarding, which is kind of unfortunate. But dude, the fucking Niners are in this goddamn Super Bowl. Never been alive with them winning one. Well,
They've been there.
Yeah,
They've been
yeah,
there,
yeah,
but
yeah,
they've never
yeah.
won
Yeah,
one.
they've been there.
What was it? 2013 when they were there against the Giants?
We don't talk about that. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
See, I know football.
Hey, at
See, I
least
know
we're
football.
not Atlanta, all right? Talking about bad comebacks in the Super Bowl, okay? So at least we don't have to have that on our resume. See, this
we don't talk about that one.
Owen's not a football fan. This is what we're learning
I
right
mean,
now because he would be a lot more defensive.
I'm not, but I was in the city when that happened, and not a good vibe that night.
Was it scary? Was the riots going on? Was it?
I mean, yeah, and it just you could just feel it in the air almost. Everyone's
God.
just super. Yeah.
Going back to this year's Super Bowl, I kind of feel bad for my brother. He played football in high school. He's been a lifelong 49ers fan. He's somewhere in the South China Sea on a boat right now. And so he may not be able to watch the game. So that kind of sucks. But, that's just the life you get when in the military and all that shit. But so hopefully they'll be able to do it again in the next couple of years and he'll be able to watch one of those. So shout out, Cody. 49ers, that's like my heart pick. Chiefs, I think, is like my head logical, that's probably what's gonna happen pick.
It'd be tough.
Nah, I think
It is gonna be a
49ers
tough
are going to
fucking
take it
game.
realistically.
I mean, yes, but the whole will of the world wants Taylor Swift to win, and I don't know why, but they just do, and it's.
Fuck
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
I will say we do have a CMC, so that's pretty goddamn deadly, but
Exactly.
yeah, it's gonna be a good game. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about Super Bowl commercials. Obviously, I always it's always fun to tune into those, check those out. But yeah, so all right, no one gives a shit about the Super Bowl. Paintball podcast. All right, welcome on
Hell
back.
yeah.
So let's talk about something you guys probably don't care about nearly as much, but every 15 minutes. Have you guys ever heard of this program? It's a high school program called Every 15 Minutes.
We call it something different in my local redneck high school. We called it. I forgot what we called it, but I just same
Called
thing.
it a Sunday night.
Yup, basically.
Oh, and have you ever heard of
Yeah,
this?
we
I see
No,
you shaking your head.
No.
Ethan,
Yeah.
you've ever heard of this?
Nah.
So okay. So it's just
Must
us
be a-
again, Brandon. God damn it,
All
we're
right.
carrying this show tonight. So
Whoa, I tried. I knew
here.
it was just
Why
called
don't-
something different.
So let's you start out. Explain what every 15 minutes is, and then we'll talk about my story a little bit.
Who?
Wait,
Brandon or me?
me or Hatch?
Brando. I said Brando.
Oh, okay. All right.
The guy who hasn't talked all night.
All right. So
Yeah.
every 15 minutes, it's at our high school. It was done once every 2 years. And it was a demonstration of like drunk driving. They pick students out from the class as like actors, and then this one big day they set up the scene with crashed cars, and it focuses on drunk driving, and students are dead. They die in the crash.
It's scared
the fire department comes.
Drunk driving.
Yeah, they got the fire department, they got the cops and everything. Someone gets arrested and whatnot, and it's like usually a 2 or 3 day event. And it was like an hour or two each day. So like the first day is that the actual car accident. So, yeah, and then the next day we went into the gym, and they had like a trial for the driver. To see like the aftermath of it all, and it has pictures and loved ones and stuff, and it's kind of.
Did you guys have an actual like attorney, like district attorney, come? Because like we had one, and dude, that was sick. Because she he was drunk, and like she did the whole thing of like how she would like present evidence and all this shit, and it was like, oh, he's going to jail, like he's fucked.
Yeah, I mean, possibly it was an actual lawyer, a DA. I don't know. Don't know who the person was, but yeah, they had someone, some motherfucker. They had cops escorting the guy that was like the drunk driver, in shackles and everything. In the jumpsuit. Dude, it was cool. It's funny listening to it and seeing videos of it, but when you're there, it's a little moment, like
it's like serious.
Damn. Yeah, it's
so, and because they kind of try to make it like fucked up and serious. So let me tell my perspective of it, because I was actually a participant in Every 15 Minutes. So I was a student who died during the drunk driving accident. So I wasn't the way that it was at our high school, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's actually going to take place again just tomorrow morning for the next generation of high schoolers at the local high school. So that'll be fun to see all of them freak out to that. But they set it up so it was like a 2-car crash, and they just went to the tow yard, got some cars that have been fucked up already, and just make it look like they're there. And then, yeah, they do the whole thing. So fire shows up, they cut him out of it, they get him out. Cops come to arrest the dude. They give him, a drunk driving test and have him do a breathalyzer and all that shit. And so like Brandon was saying, when you're there in the moment, it's like, whoa, this is weird. But then here's the fucked up part. The people who die as part of the crash, we get secluded away from everyone for the next 24 hours. So we went to a hotel, and we don't have our phones. We can't talk to anyone. So for a lot of people, it's actually like, oh, fuck, like Ryan's dead.
They're gone.
And so it kind of, it gives that little bit of that, like, oh, I can't talk to him. Like, I can't hit him up and be like, what's up? And of course, for all of us, we had like, meeting or presentations by different people. We, went to different, we went to the ER. They showed us like, what happened when the dude came in and all this stuff. And it was a cool experience to be a part of. But the other thing they do to kind of make it sink into is they pull us when we're in our class. Okay. So so I had it happen in dance. So I was the only dude in our advanced dance class, because I was the only dude who did dance at our school pretty much. But it was me and all these girls, and so they all know me as like, the dude in the class, and it's kind of that weird, I don't know, dynamic. And so all the, the cops come in, and like the people doing the program, and like the chaplain and stuff. And so they come and like tap me on my shoulder and do the whole thing, and I walk out. What I didn't hear about is afterwards they make your teacher read like this like eulogy about you. Apparently Miss Crandall, our teacher, she broke down because she was like, what the fuck, like I like Ryan and all this stuff. So she breaks down. All the girls are like, what the fuck, like everyone was freaked out about it, because obviously the thing is like they told us, but it's very tight-lipped. Don't tell anyone you're gonna get picked out, like, hey, during fourth period some shit's gonna go down. Like, don't be that guy. So, it happens, and we go to the crash, we get secluded for the night, but then we come back the third day, which is the funeral. And so then we all like, we show up there, and that's the first time people see us. And yeah, it's this whole long program. And I think it is good for drunk driving, because funnily enough, there's definitely been times where I'm like, yeah, I'm not fucking driving right now. Like, fuck that. Every 15 minutes wouldn't want me to do that. Don't want to be, fuck the dare lion, but every 15 minutes we listen to that one. But yeah, so I mean, it was kind of a cool program. We did it in high school. I was kind of searching to see if any of you guys had any experiences with that, because I saw it was coming up tomorrow for our local high school. But yeah, I mean, that was mine.
Mine was more traumatic.
So
mine was like wasn't like that. Where it was like a multiple day thing. It was like the crash happened and everybody went so we're all gathered in like the football stadium. The crash happens or something like that. We all like everybody in the football stadium is supposed to run out or whatever. And you're supposed to see the crash, and it's like you're supposed to have all the students like with like fake blood and makeup, like they just fucking died.
Yeah,
like, no joke, right?
Yeah, no, we had makeup artists come,
and so they're like laying they're like laying all their bodies out like along the thing, and it's like what I thought was funny is now hindsight, it's like a mixture of students, right? There's like the fucking jock, the emo, the fucking nerd. It's like
100%, 100%,
the breakfast club of people.
100%. So there was like me, there was like two of like the most popular like guy and girl
football
at
athletes
campus,
and
like
stuff,
yeah, like the head basketball player and the girl, and then there was like another, because I did a lot of the like dance theater shit, performing all that stuff, and then there was like a girl kind of from that segment too, and then yeah, there was also like the random loner too that like no one really talked to, but like they had him involved.
Like, damn, I miss him. I miss him.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like like, oh shit, like wow,
really
maybe I should have talked to that
narrative.
someone. Dude,
It's kind of wild.
they put in time and money into
insane.
this thing. It's a lot of dramatic effort goes in,
For sure.
Yeah,
Schools around this area for sure do a lot of weird stuff like that.
especially for drunk
But it's for
diving,
good.
bro. We don't want our kids
Yeah.
drinking. We don't want them drinking beast monster hard seltzers. We wouldn't want that, even though this tastes like peach, and it's 6%.
Please go out
somehow.
there. Please go out there in the morning while they're like performing and just pound several of those,
dude,
and just get in the car as if you're gonna drive.
just I'm tailgating the performance.
Hell
I
yeah.
hope the noon performance is gonna be a little better. They didn't
Oh
do
my
very
God,
good with the acting in this one. I didn't see a lot of tears.
Jesus.
Dude.
And
that
meanwhile,
would be
these
ruthless.
because I think at the school, it was the same school I went to. When we did it, it was just juniors and seniors, so it's the older kids,
Yep.
like the
Yeah.
underclassmen
Yeah.
don't do it. And so it's funny, fucking 16, 17, 18-year-olds out there just crying, thinking like, oh, I just lost Becky, or fucking Travis. We love Travis. And
I just lost a guy. I have no idea he
just sitting
existed.
out there pounding some fucking seltzer, like, hell yeah, let's go. When's the helicopter come in? I can't wait for that. It's gonna be a
Damn.
cool, spectacular view.
You you said that you had
Is it illegal to drink alcohol around students at a school? I think
Well,
that
at
actually
school,
may
for
be a
sure.
crime. I think
Certainly
that's a
illegal.
crime.
Certainly
But they're on
illegal.
public road.
It's only
Is
a
that-
crime if they report it.
That's true.
As long as you're not, as long as you're on private or public road, maybe.
Something
You
like
know
that.
what?
Don't take
You know-
Brandon's legal advice. That's what I'm hearing.
I don't know. I'm supposed to. Never mind. I'm not gonna say.
Why don't
that.
you figure it out,
So-
Brandon? Why don't you
500
figure it
feet
out?
away? Is that what you were saying?
So
Are you on
those
the
words
list
never
that
came
the
out of my
members of
mouth.
Austin are also on?
Oh, I'm
Round Rock?
not in that state.
Come on, bro.
It was crazy. So you had a chaplain coming, pulled you out. We had someone that dressed as a Grim Reaper.
Okay, ours wasn't that crazy, but yeah, we had like
That's
medical
insane.
people.
We had
Damn,
a Grim
dude.
Reaper come around and pull
That's
people
great.
out of
Did he have a
class.
scythe? Tell me he had a scythe.
Yes, all black
guy.
with the scythe. Walk in, dude.
I'd be a
That'll
believer in the
show
Grim
him.
Reaper for sure.
Yeah, that'll show them because that's just how it happens too.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
how it happens in real life.
imagine like someone else like never experienced death ever in their life, and they're like, "What the fuck, the Grim Reaper?
It's all
Is that
real.
the Grim Reaper?" Remember that TikTok sound? Shit was funny.
No, I don't know that specific reference. I'm sorry, Hatch.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. I don't know a lot of your PKA references, and but it's okay.
Okay, you don't know a lot of my references, period. Like, not just
I
about
try.
that show, just in general. But it's
I
okay,
try.
you're still here. So yeah, every 15 minutes. I mean, do you guys have any sort of like, is there like a drunk driving training or like a, hey, don't do that, kids? Like
Like a
was there ever any
red
of that?
ribbon week.
We had a guy come to our school for 1 week each year and he would like take one block, like one period block of your day for that week. And he would talk for the entire week, Monday through Friday, about why like weed rotted his brain and how he would have been a professional football player if he hadn't have smoked weed in high school.
Damn, bro.
And he would go on this like sob
Devil's lettuce.
story about, yeah, dude, he would go on the sob story that culminated in like his final game in high school where he smoked a blunt before and he made a bad play and the scout was there and he literally
damn, bro.
tear up and would be like, man. And I just remember thinking back on that and just being like, that's a career. That's that guy's career, is to go and tell that story.
I failed so bad.
Yeah, dude. And I was like, how
yeah.
could you even be sure you would have been a professional football player?
That's
sure.
a very good other point to put there.
Yeah,
Because he wasn't even a D1 athlete. Like,
it's not like one game. If he was that good, it's not like one game would have determined his entire
and
thing.
it was
you know?
specifically weed. It wasn't like don't drink, don't do other drugs. It was
don't do
specifically.
opiates.
Yeah, no. It
yeah.
was just specifically weed, which I just thought was.
Yeah,
But we didn't have a drunk driving course,
weird.
so
Weed for madness.
super weird. Yeah. But you know, Georgia.
Yeah,
so.
knowing someone who's played in the NFL, I have a very a different perspective on that dude's life story. Because nope, that's not the one that does it for people. Usually, that's not.
Yeah.
there's a lot of successful athletes who.
I always just thought it was super strange because he would come back year after year, so you'd hear it 4 times.
Wait, so
This just sounds like the fucking
throughout your
the
childhood, you've heard
local-
this story.
His job is to come and like talk about it for a week.
So this
It sounds
sounds
like
he would just come back.
So this man's made an entrepreneurship of just scamming people and telling
I
a life
think he wrote
story.
I'm not gonna lie. This sounds like the fucking local loser that peaked in high school that is just coming back every fucking year to talk to everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
created this
That's the
business
vibe.
of I'm
That
gonna
was the
motivate the youth and I'm gonna tell them not to do drugs. And meanwhile, it's just the crackhead on the corner who's like, I could have went all the
Holy
way
shit.
It was so
back in
weird,
'94. My arm worked, but I smoked the devil's lettuce, and I dropped the pass, and Oklahoma State
the
said,
pass.
"No, you're not coming."
Yeah, it was that
Damn,
one
dude.
moment.
It was,
what a guy,
and life
bro.
was downhill since then, and then the meth addiction came in. But I mean,
We don't talk about that.
yeah, dude. Now Fetty's on the streets, and he's been kind of getting caught up in that. It's been a whole thing. Shout out to that random dude in Atlanta. I hope he's doing good out there. Hope good things for
Absolutely.
him. What was
Damn,
what was
dude.
your anti-alcohol training like in high school, Ethan?
Man, I can't remember if we had any, to be honest. If we did, it could have been very possible that I was just completely checked out and
I
like
was just way too stoned,
in a
bro.
different place.
I couldn't, I couldn't,
Not
I
even,
couldn't
dude.
hear it. I was,
It's just my ADHD, dude. Like if I'm not like actively engaged in
you
something.
actually needed the meth. Okay.
Yeah, I was on
Hell
Adderall towards the second half.
Same thing.
Yeah, jealous.
But if I'm not like doing something, if I'm not hands on, like my mind could be fucking anywhere but where I'm at.
yeah.
Damn, dude.
No, for sure. So okay, so Ethan's still gonna drink and drive. All right, good to know. All of us learned the importance, but he
Yeah, I
didn't
know, I
listen for
didn't-
his.
These people didn't traumatize me when I was
It
in
didn't
high
scare
school
you enough,
like everybody
yeah.
else.
Nah, dude, the one that got me the most was in health class when they showed like the difference, like the effect of meth, where it's like
Oh,
a person's
God.
like day 1 mugshot, and then it's like 10 years down the line, and it's like
Day 4.
it's like every single year for 10 years of them just getting progressively worse because of meth, and it's like, oh my god, that shit
Meth,
for sure did
not even
traumatize me.
once.
Not even gonna lie,
Yeah.
but not even once. I mean, we had a not even once thing where it was
Dude,
like,
those commercials,
dude,
so scary.
oh man,
remember-
dealing with a meth head's different.
Wait, okay, I think I know which ones you're talking about. You're talking about the like PSA commercials where it would be,
Yes.
like a
Ones where, like,
person
There was
who
the
like
one
they
where
would like do some crack and then all their teeth would like fall out and
Yes.
stuff.
Dude,
Like
there was this one where this girl, she was getting addicted to meth and she looked in the mirror and like she was herself from like before, and then she's in the bathroom and she pulls back the shower curtain and like her future meth self is like huddled up in the shower, sitting down in like fetal position, and there's like blood running off.
Yep.
Of her. And
Yep.
do you remember this?
Yep.
Yes. And dude, I'm telling you, like I remember it frame by frame. Terrifying. And I was watching The Simpsons, and I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons. I was like a little
Me either,
kid.
bro.
I was a little kid, and it came on I couldn't even take a shower after that because I thought I was gonna see like a meth version of myself in the shower. Yeah, it was horrifying. Yeah, not even once, dude.
That's hilarious for you. That as a kid, that made you think you had the superpower of like seeing meth versions of people.
Yeah, that's what I got from it. I got from it like, oh yeah, no,
yeah, you didn't learn anything actually. That was that's a little retarded. I'm gonna be honest, but it's all good.
Dude, that stuff scared me. Like seeing, I don't know how many there were, but I remember like watching like multiple ones where it was one where the dude is like trying to like. It almost it was a scene. It was also a scene from I forgot what Leonardo DiCaprio movie, but where it's like the dude where he's like begging his mom for money for drugs, and she's like on the other side of the door, and he's like trying to like reach through to like basically like hurt her for money.
Yeah,
right. And it's like that one like traumatized me. And I'm like, holy shit, I could not do that to my mom. There's no fucking way. I was
like,
dude.
Yeah, the single parent in Hatch went out there.
I was like, dude, there's no fucking way, bro.
I never hurt my mom for such drugs. I'm not gonna get addicted. Bro.
So that one for sure got me when he was like trying to like hurt his mom through the door, just to get some money from meth. That shit fucked me up.
I live close enough to Portland.
Oh god,
I don't know.
Ethan's like, so I do all of it. You know, it's just all legal. Yeah. We can do whatever we want up here. Isn't that like a real thing in Oregon?
Is it Zombieland?
What?
They decriminalized everything, or was that Washington? It's one of the two states.
No, they decriminalized. They did decriminalized it to a certain extent. I don't know the specifics on it, but yeah, we got people, we got zombies walking around Portland 24/7.
Gotta hit that train at people.
That's fucking scary, bro. That shit freaks me out.
That train,
it is, bro.
All that good shit.
Atlanta's got that shit too.
It freaks me out, dude, because the story of like the dude that went on like bath salts or whatever and ate another dude's fucking face off. Like, dude, that shit.
That's government propaganda.
I don't know. The video looked a little convincing.
I've done bath salts. I've never attacked anyone, you know? So I'm just saying, like, it's got to be an okay drug, you know?
And I thought that it was like bath salts, like shit you like legitimately put in your fucking bathtub,
I was also like 13, but I was like, wait, what the fuck? I was like, why? How would you get high on that? Like, I don't get it.
I did not understand it back then, so I thought like bath salts were like legitimate, like fucking bath salts
for
your
Epsom
bathtub.
Salt or some shit, you know?
Yep. So I was like, I am never fucking doing that shit. There's no way they sell that shit.
I'm never gonna have a relaxing lavender bath, you know?
No way, dude. You know, I was like, there's no way they sell that shit at Walmart or something like that. There's no way. But oh my god, dude, all this drug talk be freaking me out. Not gonna lie.
It could happen to you. You could get addicted tomorrow, according to all the things that we went through as a kid.
Well, luckily, thank God, bro. Meth, not even once, bro.
Yeah, you linked some weird ad. I'm definitely not clicking that right now.
That's it right there, Ryan. The fucking meth, not even once. That is it.
I know, but I'm not gonna click it right now. Maybe after the show, I'll check that out.
That shit is terrifying,
I don't want to fuck up my vibe as we're doing the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, watching those after.
We are getting towards the end of the show. I definitely, you know, it was good episode bringing 5-2 Studios on. We actually got the full crew on this time, which was awesome. But you know, before we start to wrap it up, you know, Brandon, obviously you've been a little more mute this episode. What did you have? Anything for the boys you wanted to get off your chest before we let them go, or is there anything I guess in particular you wanted to talk about your week? I want to give you a little spotlight section here. I want to give you a couple seconds, a couple minutes on the record.
Come on.
Don't rub your nipples like that. It makes me horny.
Say get something off my chest. That's what.
Hell yeah.
God damn. Trying to make everyone good. My week. It's only been. You know, I missed paintball this weekend. You know, it's goddamn storm.
Bro, I was pissed. I was pissed.
That's.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
The wind was actually pretty crazy. I don't know about Hatch, but it was actually really crazy up here. Lincoln, the city right next to me, had all their power got tripped off. So went over there. That was trippy. Drive through like a city. It's like a small rural town with no power on at night. It was like super dark and yeah, that was weird. That felt like a zombie movie. You know,
Left
like
4 Dead map.
Exactly. Like it just seemed like it was, you know, stuff that normally is lit up is not. But that was really the only like big thing I saw from like the wind and the rain and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. That there was several neighborhoods here.
No power.
That were out of power. And for like 2 days, it felt like it wasn't like for a couple hours. I don't know what Lincoln had, but here, yeah, there were neighborhoods that were out for damn near 2 days. Like, goddamn, I don't know. It didn't seem like that much of a storm. It only lasted a day or so, not even.
Crazy.
You know, the wind was crazy from like 2 a.m. till about noon or 1 o'clock, so almost 12 hours, and then that was it. But it was enough. We couldn't fucking play paintball.
Yeah,
God
they
damn
closed
it.
the field. Man, I was
mean,
pissed, dude.
I
Makes
was
sense.
out in it. Yeah, it would have blown nets over. It was that
For sure, makes
that
sense.
much wind. Like, yeah, you couldn't have had nets up during that. So it definitely sucks, but that was probably the right move to shut down Capital Edge for the day.
I would agree.
But,
Definitely not playable weather for sure.
Is what it is. That's the off season. That's that's the weather you get in the winter. We're lucky that we don't get snow or anything like that out here, so we don't have to deal with shoveling the field off to go play in it like some states do. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, we just play in
big old
puddles.
Yeah, big old puddles.
Yeah, but I mean, would you guys take that or being freezing cold? Like, what would you rather have?
I'm not gonna lie. When I hit the puddle and then I'm completely soaking wet, that's a little hard because then the windshield gets me like a motherfucker.
Why are you soaking wet, bro?
Does
Because you're
the
diving
snow
head first into a puddle.
Okay.
does the snow smell like shit?
Maybe.
I wonder what
I don't know.
I wonder
Does
what
that
paintball
happen?
snow smells like.
Oh,
swamp.
I don't know.
God.
I'm just
Because, dude, swamp paintball, like when this field
yeah.
gets swampy, dude, that smells like
Awful.
fucking chickadee cheek.
Okay, you're
Awful,
giving me
dude.
things
It's
that I've
so
never thought
bad.
about before, but goddamn, yeah. Paintball's like
enough to make
degrading
me-
in snow melt. You
Enough to when I
Yeah.
talk about it, it makes me fucking cringe of like the thought of it. Like
That's never
it's like,
good.
ugh.
Making yourself.
Yeah, and in
cringe.
Georgia,
Yeah.
in like July, it's so hot and so humid that the paint will just bake, and you'll go out there for like day 2 of the event,
It's like a
and dude, it's
carcass.
just disgusting. I mean,
It's just-
like,
oh my God.
awful.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been.
Damn,
I
dude.
mean, there's been
We love
some
playing in
events
the
that.
winter.
Did you guys play that first event back from COVID? Because it was a Florida event, but it was because normally the first event they would do like Florida, but they do March and then November, so that way it's like it's hot, but it's not super hot. I think they did it like April or like maybe even May.
That was my first NXL.
Oh, it was so
Yeah.
fucking hot. I almost died that event. I remember because there was it was super high humidity, Florida heat, just baking down on everyone. We were at the Brown Ranch location, so it was like just freaking. Is where freaking Jeremy Solom cheated way back in the day, but it's just a dirt field that's just baking in heat. It was god, that event was that was a hard one.
Not my thing.
I remember that my first point I played. It was my first NXL. Oh, this is going off the box, just in mid stride. This is different. I don't like this. Diving into the Doritos. I did not like that.
What division was that?
Poopy.
I
Yeah,
didn't hear
that was
anything
when
you
I played
just
with the
said.
Sharks.
Said the poopy
D4.
division.
Oh, D4. Okay, yeah, your internet's breaking up a
D4,
little bit,
yeah.
unfortunately. Kick everyone off the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Tell them to get off
Yeah,
Netflix.
come on, bro.
Come on, bro.
Come
damn it,
on,
Michelle.
get on
Every
board.
week.
Just-
Well, let's start to bring this whole shit show on home, boys. Thank you, both of you guys, for all the information and updates. I mean, one final chance. Owen, is there anything you wanted to talk about you didn't get a chance to tonight?
I mean, I feel like I covered pretty much all the stuff that I wanted to like talk about. I'm glad to just kind of gotten the chance to get in front of everybody and to kind of
Oh
like,
yeah.
Well, I'm glad
introduce
people-
myself a little bit,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, 'cause I
I
think-
appreciate it. Yeah.
I think because we've done interviews in the past with Ethan, and people have seen his face, but there's been kind of this mysterious other force working on it, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad to kind of personalize, put a face to a name. That's a good way to say it a little bit.
Yeah. Same to you. So
Yeah, well, for
Are you,
sure,
are
man.
you gonna try to go to any events this year, Owen?
yeah, I'll definitely be at World Cup. But
I'll see you there, brother.
We're playing local, like a local series in Georgia all year. So I doubt that I'll go out to any of the NXL events, but I'll definitely be watching. So
Hey, bro. Well, I'll see you at Cup, brother.
yeah, for sure.
Let's go.
And then last but definitely not least, I mean, Ethan, we always appreciate when you come on the show.
Absolutely.
We absolutely all of us here, we adore this product that you made. It's such a fun experience, and we're appreciative for it. And I mean, thank you for giving us some more of your time tonight. I know you got a family at home, and there's maybe stuff going on in the background right now, but you put some of that time away and you're over here talking with us about horrible stuff like the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl, which apparently no one cares about. I don't get it. Yeah, so
I care now, Ryan.
But any final thoughts from you, Ethan? I mean, second time back on the show, first time that people will actually hear.
Yeah. No, you don't get to. This time you get to hear my voice instead of stare at me going like this.
It was a great impression. Fire impression, my guy.
Yeah, I know. Could you tell what I was saying?
Totally, 100%.
I'm okay at lip reading. I'm okay.
No, but yeah, thank you guys for having me on. This is fun. It's a good way to get some info out to the people who enjoy playing the game. Give the people a little insight as to who's behind it. There's not a whole lot of me out there, and then there's definitely not a whole lot of Owen out there now. But this gives us a place to kind of dive in and let the people know what our personal lives look like a little bit, and just like how we are.
Yeah, just humanizes Infinite a little bit. There's people behind it. It's a small team. It's these two guys in front of you, and I mean, even with that being said, 80% of the work is being done by one of the guys. And that's no slight to Owen because he's definitely doing some awesome stuff. But a lot of this has been a child of you, Ethan, and I think a lot of us are very thankful that you spent the time on it. That's something that we touched on the last show that maybe we didn't this show, but dude, I mean, like we said, 2 years of your life you spent working without a goal, without an endpoint, just kind of, I'll make something, I'll see what's going on. And we're here at kind of what that endpoint is today, but I'm very excited to see what the future of it is, and I know you have a lot of kind of hopes and dreams for it, so I'm excited to see what you bring out.
Me too.
No, for sure. Yeah, we'll have to do this again. Each time there's another major update in the works.
Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, you and Owen, you're always invited back. Definitely. I mean, it was great meeting you, Owen. You're a character. Yeah, you have a spot on the show whenever you want it.
Oh yeah, brother.
Thanks, man.
Fellow Elden Lord.
Yeah, that's true. The Elden Lords. That's the pass. But yeah, so I mean, guys, we got a couple little notes we got to wrap up this show with. So without further ado, Brandon, do we have a cool guy of the week?
Better than last week's, for God's sake.
God, last week's was rough, dude. It was not great.
I hope you listeners watch that. You're welcome. It's not Maynard time, but I went down a rabbit hole with cattle. Sorry, with livestock and cattle.
Oh God.
And like guardians and the dogs and stuff that garden.
Okay, this is pretty sick.
Well, I came across. Yeah, dude, I came across this. This guy goes by Happy Seaweed 5215. He defends his sheep with a pulsar thermal sniper. All right,
dude, that is fucking sick.
Okay,
I've seen those videos,
dude. It is badass from coyotes.
Yeah,
dude's dropping coyote bodies.
This coyote has the sheep in its jaws, and he is so fucking far away. You see him like just.
I know what clip you're talking about, Mando.
Say no the joke. Name again,
because
I don't think I can put this in. YouTube's gonna be a little upset about it, but what? Yeah. Say the name again.
Happy Seaweed 5215.
What were you gonna say, Ash?
It took me all the way to Reddit.
Hell yeah, that's a great place. Hole. So let me tell you, Brando. So if I am correct, I'm not even gonna look at it, but I'm pretty sure that I've seen it where it's like the sheep's throat is in the coyote's jaw, and no joke, the sheep is just standing still because he's like, this motherfucker's dead in a second, and then he just gets sniped.
Yeah,
that's literally a movie moment, bro.
It literally was. The sheep's like,
when you're
just
standing
wait, baby,
there,
just wait, and then just get fucking shot.
Yeah. Coyote lets go, like, and the sheep stands there for a second, like.
He's like, yep.
I'm gonna leave.
God's on my side.
Back to the dude. Yeah,
runs back to grazing.
The horde or whatever.
God comes in the form of a 30-06.
Dude, it was so badass. I love those videos. I'll get lost in those.
All right, well, yeah, go check that out, viewers at home. I normally throw up something, but that one's hunting, so I don't want YouTube to get upset at us, because I like when we can make all $4 that this show makes every week, or 30 cents,
brother.
whatever it is. But yeah, so if you guys like the show, another way that you can support the show is by dropping a rating on the show. Hit a like, hit a little subscription, whatever platform you're listening on, Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube. They all have an option for it. Follow the show. Drop, get the notification ready, all that stuff. It's going to be right there waiting for you whenever you come back to that platform. So hey, it's ready to go. Drop a rating as well. Just takes just a second to do, and it's completely free. Costs no money at all, and it supports the show. It makes us look good in the algorithm, boosts us up so more people will listen to the show, and that supports us. So at the end of the day, you're really you're making a difference for no money at all. Before I go further with my list of outro things I always got to talk about, we're missing one thing. We got to have a code word of the week. So what is that going to be this week, Catch?
All right, here we go, right? Since these guys are working on a game that we all love, you know what I'm saying? Come out with updates, satisfying our need and our itch for gaming and paintball, right? So the code word of the week, the people's programmers. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you guys, seriously. Thank you for everything you guys do. Definitely gets my itch going during the week when I'm not able to play paintball. So it's fire. Thank you guys.
Fuck yeah, I like that one. Not the people's champion. The people's
programmers.
They're the people's champion too. Let's be real. Come on, you didn't have to sell them short like that, Hatch.
No, where's the clap? Where's the clap? We need the clap.
Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. There's your applause. Jeez, Hatch calling for it. That's a first time, I think. I've never had that on the show before. But new things always happening on the From the Sidelines podcast, episode 80. We definitely appreciate having our two guests on tonight. If you guys want to support the show a little bit more, like I said, you could rate and subscribe, or you could head over to the Patreon at patreon.com/Mafia_Productions. It's going to have ad-free versions of the show, as well as all the other content that we post on the channel. Get access to that over there, as well as some bonus content, the movie nights that we have. One Night in November is waiting for you over there if you want to go check that out with our commentary on it. We got some more of those coming up in the future, so go check it out at patreon.com/Mafia_Productions. Also, we got the merch. I'm wearing some of it right now. The Stabbers Don't Get Stabbed shirt. You can see it's the logo's there. It's right there. It's also it's on the back. Stabbers Don't Get Stabbed, available over at xxvthelabel.com. Appreciate Mike down at xxvthelabel.com. So I meant to say he's also down in Texas. Everyone's down in Texas. All of our friends are down in Texas. That's weird. I didn't realize that until just now. But yeah, shout out XXV the Label. Head over there, grab yourself some new merch. We have the podcast shirt, we have the MafiaProductions shirt, the Stabbers Don't Get Stabbed stuff. Check it out. We also have all of our lovely sponsors for the show. We got to give them a quick little wrap up. So NECTR Energy, I see them right there on the shelf. I'm just going to draw that first. NECTR.energy, as we said before, that's the unique URL for them. NECTR.energy is where you're going to go to get all your information about the product. Check out all their awesome flavors. I think they have either 5 or 6 up now. They started with the original 2, fresh mint and ice mango, but they've moved on to a spearmint, a berry flavor, a apple flavor, a spearmint flavor as well. So a lot of options over there. Go check them out. They're the great little energy neurotropic pouch. It's got some caffeine and some neurotropics right there for you to help keep you energized and ready to go in whatever you're doing in life. Check them out. NECTR Energy. Use code Mafia_Productions. You're going to get buy 2 get 1 free. I always get that one wrong. Mafia_Productions. It's going to get you a buy 2 get 1 free at NECTR.energy. That kind of rhymed. I like that. You can also head over to Liquid IV. That's our hydration multiplier. We love them. They're a great supporter of the show. Liquid IV keeps us hydrated when we're out at the field. They got a ton of great flavors, so there's never, there's always one that you're going to want to try out next. They have their sugar-free options as well, if that's something that you need. That bottle will never be found ever again. Brandon does it every week. He loves his Liquid IV. What did you do this week? Was it a lemon lime? Was it a golden cherry? What's going on?
That was my last golden cherry. So
wow, there's going to be a reorder coming soon.
Well, I reordered lemon lime and strawberry lemonade. So
those are two good ones. I like the strawberry lemonade. That's a great flavor. But the great thing about Liquid IV is they have all the great products and stuff that you're going to need in it to stay hydrated at the field. A whole bunch of great vitamins, electrolytes, and minerals to keep you energized and performing at your best. It's what all of our sponsors help keep you doing. So head over there, liquidiv.com. Use code Mafia_Moffitt. And if you want to look cool while you're doing all this shit and using your nectar and drinking your, hydrating Liquid IV, you're going to want to head over to weltsclothing.com. Weltsclothing.com is our apparel sponsor. We appreciate those boys down there in Texas as well. I realized that earlier, fucking goddamn it, but Scott Stewart and the boys down there that run that company, we appreciate them. Earn your welts, keep struggling. They have all their awesome and fantastic I don't know, sayings, slogans, whatever you want to call them, but you can check them out for yourself over at weltsclothing.com. It's a great brand run by some really cool people. They're making some awesome apparel, so go check it out. Use code FTS, save yourself some money when you're checking out over there at weltsclothing.com. All right, boys. Well, that's everything. That's all the stuff from me that I have to do every single week to keep the lights on at the show, or else otherwise we don't get to make a podcast. But hey, I did it, so now we get to make a podcast. So
hell yeah.
All right. For our two guests, Owen and Ethan from 5-2 Games, we definitely appreciate having them on tonight. But we also had our two co-hosts, Brando Baird and Stephen Hatch. My name is Ryan Mafia Moffat. This has been episode 80 of From the Sidelines. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Why don't you bring us on home, Hatch?
Bye.
See you guys later.